Turned off the pickup option, but I've reactivated it now.
There you go.
Hello! Can you hear me? Oh my god, I hate them. I don't even know if you can hear them, so... Oh wait, I think it's peaking on someone's left. Somebody do something loud. Cover your ears, stream. Okay, that was definitely loud in my ears, but it didn't pick up, it didn't seem to peak the desktop audio. Let's try this. Let's okay, that seemed to do it. Oh, it's because I didn't change my default. Silly me. No? There we go. Let us do this, shall we? Now you may speak to them. Only
I'll
now.
be the judge of that.
The stream could hear a calm babbling brook. That is it. But now it can hear you all if you would like to ruin that.
Get your woman in check. She's babbling too much.
Okay. I'm
Shut
going
her
to
up.
Get it?
I'm going
Hey,
I'm going to
Hey.
get rid of him.
Time.
talk about me all you
There's
want,
an
but don't talk about the lady.
That goes by the name of Brooke.
Great start to bring
Because
back.
they're
Thank you, Lonk. If you want to take up any issues, his name is Lonk. Goes by Lonk. You can find him on most social medias by Hackattack. I don't even know if that's true, but look him up.
642.
There it is. Okay.
I'm hogs. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's right there.
Hello. Welcome back to yet another session of Jokes, Tales, Critical Fails here at crispy_VDL. You'll see it right here at the top of the screen. We are playing our Woes of the Wildland campaign every other Saturday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It has been some time since our last session, so quite a recap is in order. So buckle in, sit tight, and maybe grab a snack while I enchant you with our tale. If you yourself would like to join a game of mine, or just join any of our social medias, you can check us out in the link tree on the side. There you'll find any of the social medias, as well as Start Playing, where more campaigns like this are offered. Now, into the story. Hey, thank you, Barasax Pro, for the Tier 1 subscription. That's a nice 24 months. Holy shit, that's 2 fucking years.
2 years of D&D, brother.
Rock and roll. Be gone, dog. Okay, into the story now.
I'd like to give negative rolls to hogs.
That is acceptable. Hog's first roll back will be
now
a disadvantage.
You can know what that's like.
Hey, Snuggly Beast, thanks for the prime. It's taking money right from Bezos's wallet.
That's right.
Okay. We rejoin our heroes in the city of Valamir, a small farming city on the edge of the Estrin Empire. Estalosia, a kingdom which has united to tackle the unforgiving countryside of its homeland, Esteraria. Besting the Estrin Ranges, a mountain range that they had deemed their own, as using it as a barrier from the outer wilds, they nestled a kingdom at home within. Its capital, Estra's Quay, branching out, creating a massive nation united under a singular banner. Crafted after generations of warring in an age before, united to survive the harsh wilds beyond the Estrin peaks. One of the kingdom's furthest most cities, Valamir, is on the edge of Lake Valis and on the edge of vast plains, apt for farming and rich in soil. Valamir has prospered over recent years and branched out towns further north as well as west. Facing war in times past, Valamir now is on the path to success as trouble has long since reached its walls. That is until now. For as our heroes have ventured to the city's limits, they are accompanied by the entire town of Brenfield, united with a tribe from the wilds, a pact made amongst goblin and goblinoid alike to unite and flee from approaching forces. Our heroes have united both the town of Brenfield and the pact of goblinoids who once attacked them, and have traveled to make camp out front of Valamir to plea for shelter within its walls. Our heroes have met with higher-ups within the royalty in Valamir. They at first met with the chief lieutenant within the city, none other than Eldin Delavere, who met them, or faced them with a number of problems they are sure to face with the politics within the city. None of our heroes prone to deal with political intrigue, most of them simple folk from the countryside, not really aware of what life inside the big city is like. They have been taken for quite the ride numerous nights in a row. However, they have made the best of the situation, and as diplomats for the town and tribes from the north, they have been given lodging within the walls, a fine estate, in fact, one of many that lays vacant, that you currently act to fill with desperate folk who need lodging. However, the politics within the city, the Emerald Order, stand in your way. Snobs and mayors of each district, mixed with people of high esteem amongst various groups within the walls. Some work in your favor, but many do not. And you work with some of these Emerald Order to find friends within Valamir. Some who have showed themselves to ally alongside you are none other than Lander Wasanthi, councilperson who has shown you much kindness in your time within the city, and in this time has been working to make more allies amongst the order, although unsuccessful in the most. They have pointed you, however, toward none other than Herathak Mistan, also known as Councilperson Mistan, a bronze dragonborn champion who once fought in the war and now is held in great esteem amongst the military and guard within the city. He is prone to help you and has agreed to work alongside and vote on your behalf. However, it would only look bad upon him to do so without more aid. You all, in this time, have begun to plot a plan of sorts. One that would gain you favor amongst the king, as well as his subjects. The king, you know to be a young lad taken over for his father. The king himself, King Niles Valis, taken over for his father, Obram, is naive and mostly controlled by his advisors. You have heard of Finnan Goldfrawn, his spiritual advisor. Ivan Steanoga, the financial advisor, and Gunther Shemov, a arcane advisor. You have been told that, to your knowledge, Stayanoga is new and untrusted within the city thus far, amongst the others, and you have currently made contact with the castle, although with whom in the castle it is unclear. Intending to send message to the king about an approaching hunt that you were planning. It does not seem to have been the king.
Battery.
Quite obviously not the king.
The person you have contacted, though, may or may not have gotten word. That is unclear. You have proceeded to go forth with the hunt of a great beast that has been spotted south of the city, southeast, in the forests nearby, creating terror within the ecosystem. You have hunted great feathers and seen a massive black bird of sorts, or heard rumors of it, seen the wreckage it has caused, and have planned to schedule something that would bring great favor to you all should you succeed. As you have left the lodge at which sorry, one second. Yeah, at which you had planned to at which you had started the planning of this event.
Mic off.
You would head back into the city, splitting up, some heading to your tribe as others head to your home within the walls. As Cruz, our warlock Ice Ganassi, carrying the amulet of a ancient Efreet, as well as our Furbolg druid, strangely pacted with the blood of a beast, as well as a stout worshipper of the spirits of the moon, were attacked upon their walk through the city. A stranger in a cloak beckoned to them from an alley. And upon meeting this beckon, quite eagerly, you charged and assaulted the robed individual to find a vampire, trying to allure you into its grasps. Quickly falling into its grasps, you reverted to fleeing the beast and calling forth the guards, who, causing the strange figure to flee, left you running back to your home late in the night, or as the sun sets, as the night just begins. So our heroes, Grovekeeper and Cruz, aka Whirl, his alias, return back to the estate in Valamir. Guy and Hogs are elsewhere. You guys are heading back to the town, correct? To, well, the forces of both.
Outside of Valamir, yes.
Yeah. There's the Blood Pact of the Chaste, which is the group of goblin and goblinoids who have sort of assembled. They go by the Blood Pact, or the Pact of the Chaste, or Blood Pact of the Chaste in full, if you would like. They formed that, as it is aptly named. In the same right, Brenfield is technically involved in that pact, as far as the goblins see it. You all as well. But you head back to their camp on the north side of the walls. It is taking up numerous farms outside the two you were allotted. And it is a large camp, surrounded by farmland of folk who seem a little perplexed by what has gathered just outside their homes. You all walk down like this country road surrounding the city and the moat that surrounds Valamir. And you head to the northern end where your troop is camped. A number of structured teepees with leather coverings around large wooden logs are tilted and assembled in circles, packed in closely to one another as the numbers grow and grow by each person sort of breaking out and claiming a land to their own. There is sort of a instinctual growth that has been occurring over the few days that you have been here. You guys have started on the land that you were allotted, which was just 2 farms, but as that is more than is, or much less than is needed, you guys broached into the road and soon across the road, took the land across the road and started piling in behind that, which is very much in someone's field. The sort of farmers nearby dare not say anything, is sort of the air, as it is a goblin tribe primarily. But as you group up, you get a lot of cheers and hollers as you walk through the goblinoid camp. A lot of greetings by names, as well as just unfriendly nods, informal nods, but eventually at the heart of sort of the northern gate here in Brenfield, you can see most of the Brenfield citizens do gather. While they still live in tents, most of them are sort of the first to have assembled along the farmland you were allotted, just near the sort of main road which heads into the city. There is like a house that is there that was given to you all to use. You can assume it was some farmer who was moved elsewhere. There are 2 houses similarly, but one is significantly smaller than the other. Taking up lodging in sort of the main house has been the sheriff. Both the sheriff and deputy have sort of taken up main lodging, as well as some other sort of folk who have filled into the rooms. It's not just, of course, them, but as they operate out there, it's definitely seen as like a sort of figurehead for your camp. A couple of times you would probably know the chief lieutenant has stopped in to sort of fill requests that Dalen would have, but mostly you all have been left to yourself. What are you 2 doing?
I believe the 2 of us are planning to spread the word of the hunt tomorrow.
Yeah, that was your plan upon coming here.
And recruit others to
Get some hunters to come with us. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you could probably get everybody here to go.
Yeah, we definitely spread the word for like at least one representative from each like goblin sub-tribe,
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2, yeah.
1 or 2, yeah. They don't have to be the like chiefs or anything, but
If anyone volunteers, whatever, it's up to them to decide who sends.
yeah. Like if like Skulk is one of them, that makes sense. Just to name one.
I would reset the reward, but you guys fucking killed it last time. Sorry, this is in response to chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I should set the rewards to. I have some loyal viewers, as Barasax Bro just recently demonstrated. If you'll look up in the chat.
I
later.
will not redeem any of my 132,000 chat points.
So I think
Yeah, same.
I think if I do it, I'm gonna have to say like no to players, which is gonna upset some of you. But
I'll cry about
that
it.
or I'm gonna make it like
A
8
million.
billion points to get one of these rewards. So learning experience. Stay tuned for next week. I'll see what I can come up with. Anyway, yeah. So you can get most of the people here at the camp, but you don't want to, is what you're saying?
Well, we don't want
I
to
mean-
like overbear everyone.
Yeah, it's not really a
We don't
hunt
want
if we
too
have a
many
whole.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, you misunderstand. You can get everybody to go to the hunt.
Okay, yeah. I'd like
make it
people
an
to go.
event. Everyone's. If you would like,
yes.
if you want to spread word of a hunt, people would be. That is like an event that the tribes do as well. It's going to look a little different than the same kind of hunt a king does.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. But yeah, discuss what you're doing, the two of you, as you're walking.
I mean, yeah,
up.
we're definitely spreading word of it at the very least. So
Yeah, just
yeah.
telling people that it's gonna happen, where to meet, and then also saying if any tribes want to offer up a participant to represent their tribe in the hunt.
Okay. So like each tribe offers up a participant.
Hmm.
to show our worth towards, or to show our worth towards the people of Valamir, maybe try and influence them into allowing us to stay. That we're not just more mouths to feed, but we're also mouth feeders.
We are capable people, yes. We want to display our ability to take care of ourselves and them.
One of you, go ahead and make a persuasion check for me at advantage. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go grab some water.
That guy. You, not me.
All right. Now what? No, I'm just kidding. 16.
At advantage?
Yeah, 2 nat ones.
Yeah.
No, I got a
Yeah,
16.
but
16 charisma.
I rolled 2 5s. Would have been a 3.
Nice. I rolled a 13 and 11.
Nice. What is this?
But yeah, I feel like,
Oh my gosh.
you know, we show up, we make a good show of it, and to be honest, I'm sure that one of us is going to get the final blow on the beast. Like, let's be honest, I've seen the people in Valamir. Even their guardsmen are not very impressive.
Well, I mean, not necessarily, but I mean, the people of Valamir surely aren't as adequate trackers as we are.
Oh, definitely not. I mean,
Huntsmen.
I feel like within our small group in and of itself, we have 3 capable trackers. And that's without adding in Skulk or other people
Mhm.
that are adjacent to us as well. So, yeah, we'll definitely be fine with the tracking. We could even send 2 groups if we want to try and sandwich in the beast. But
Yeah,
we could discuss this with everyone else.
fully agree. Speaking of the others, surely they're not doing anything dumb like walking into alleyways after passing charisma saves to not walk into an alleyway, you know? My nose starts bleeding.
You know, I couldn't tell you. I'm not with them. Hey,
True.
you need? Look, you've got something.
No, I have
right?
healing magics. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Hey, did you ever find my clippy thing?
Hogs, as you say the
want
words,
whole flippy thing?
as you say the words, charisma save. You get a really bad headache and take 1 point of psychic damage.
Okay.
Did you guy roll the 16 for charisma?
The metagaming was fine. The charisma save mentioned, though. You could have done it in a less
blatantly
game-rulesy way.
Could have done it more creatively. True.
I support the self-aware fourth wally shtick. Okay. So, folks, you approach forth to you said you got a 16, correct?
I think he. 16.
Because you said yes.
Yes.
We got a 16.
Yes. See how easy that was. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I'm kidding. You approach. Who would you go to for this? I mean, it's up to you guys.
I mean, we go to the tribes.
You go to like the
We
captain.
go to-
Thank you, Rad Shield Rat, for following.
First, we go see Valkar.
Just
and get
give me a
him to
name. Do you
agree
go to
with
the
us.
top? Do you go to Sorok?
then-
Who do you go to?
We go to the top.
You go to the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also go to the people of Brentfield as well.
Nice.
We go to.
What, Nathan is in charge right now?
Well,
Or Dalen?
Dalen is in charge. Nathan is the
Yeah.
new.
The deputy.
Will be deputy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we would also talk to, like probably like Diavora.
Oh.
Make sure she's there.
Okay. Diavora. Diavora is not there. Like not at the camp. And has not been for some time.
Hasn't Diavora been in the city?
Yeah, she just has not been back to camp for.
Then that would be brought up during our discussion with Dalen, probably.
Okay, yeah. So Dalen, you kind of like assembles Rovek in the hall with Dalen in the like sort of farmhouse. It's like a 2-story farmhouse, like literally just a rather nice house with like some like oak sort of wainscoting along the bottom level and some panelings in one of the nice fine studies that have been tried to like been kept nice, but not so much. The other building that is part of like the second farm is sort of just like a 1-story simple, like I'd hate to say
1 story,
ranch,
2 rooms.
but that's no, like not even 2 rooms. It's like one singular large room, and maybe there's like a divider. It's like one singular building that has been used for a myriad of purposes. But sort of Zrovek has been assembled into this like rather nice, quaint 2-story farmhouse with Dalen, who is of course accompanied by Nathan. The pair of them sort of like lean up against the study table as Zrovek sits in a chair that is too small for his hobgoblin form. But he looks up at you and goes, "Why have you assembled me here? And this And these folk, what has been their decision on our lodging in the wall?
They have not yet come to a complete decision. They are still deciding, and that is part of why we come to you today. In an effort to win their favor a bit more, we ask that you and the people that we are traveling with participate in a hunt. Most people will be bystanders, observing, but we would like to put forth some participants of our own. Oggs, myself, and my friends will volunteer, of course, to represent the people of Renfield, alongside, hopefully, some people, Dalen or Nathan, if you can think of other people who may wish to volunteer or who may be capable. And then, of course, we would like, if there are any goblins in your tribes, various tribes that you have traveling with us, that would like to prove their mettle and show their worth, not only to our tribes, but to the people of Valamir as allies.
I'm sorry, I gotta check out there. Is there an echo coming through? I'm seeing, like, feedback on my mic.
I'm not
I
hearing
don't hear any echo.
No? No?
No, I don't.
Okay. Interesting. It's just like anytime.
Are you hearing an echo?
Okay, I'm getting no response, so I'm gonna assume we're clear to go. Okay. I did turn my headset down, but I don't want to not hear you guys because of that.
Hello?
No, we're good. I think we're good.
All right.
Okay. Sorry. Dalen will look at you and go, right, yeah, I mean, I'm sure most of the folk around here, would be, mighty itching for a hunt, I suppose. We've been hunting sort of day in, day out, and having need to the last few days, we could get right back to hunting. This is, however, for the king. We're trying to do this for
a specific beast. We're trying to prove our worth and be able to rid one of the many turmoils of his city at the moment.
Right.
Yes, we scratch your back, they scratch ours kind of ordeal.
Right.
At least we're hoping to
Right.
wager it as.
Like a royal hunt.
Yes, a royal hunt, which is why we need participants who will be able to move with the potential grace necessary, as well as...
Zrovek stands up out of the, like, armchair he's sitting in and goes, "Good, a hunt. It has been some time since I have had a good hunt. We shall ready the wolves and charge in as a tribe and show the might of the pact, the blood pact of the chaste. We will show that beast what it means to mess with the might of our forces. And we will make the people of Valamir fear our might, themselves cowering within their walls."
Whoa,
That's
okay,
not exactly the idea we're going for here. We're trying to get into the walls.
Yes, I was loving it. It was perfect until that very last part. We don't want them to fear us. We are on their side. We want to show them, yes.
Fear is how you gain respect.
In a sense, but these people will 100% just leave you out of the walls to be attacked and ransacked by the enemy forces.
Look, trust me, I get it. I control by fear as much as the next guy. But this is a cultural difference, right? This isn't no Brentfield or further north where you come from. Valamir is, they like to say sophisticated. I don't like it. But in order to play to them, we need to realize that they don't necessarily think like that. So if we want their respect, We do not want them to fear us. Does that make sense?
Make a persuasion check.
We need them to think that we're useful. If we're not useful, they don't keep us.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice.
Yeah, 17.
He goes, I suppose. I don't like the sound of this. What hunt is it if you cannot strike fear within the heart of your prey?
Oh,
See,
the prey?
The fear thing, that's all fine. Just make sure you keep in mind who your prey is. It's not the people inside the walls.
I cannot control who fears me.
That's fair.
That is fine. Just do not show your aggression towards the people of Almir. That we will be A-okay, I believe.
We have an understanding. Our tribe will show up in full and we will take this beast on, or we will perish. Who do you ask? Fight alongside you.
Well, it is an aerial beast. Keep that in mind. So,
And when is this hunt?
tomorrow, I believe.
What time?
Daybreak is when we typically meet.
That's when we'll start.
Note. It's not much of a hunt if it's in its cave.
True.
It's not
Did
much.
we set up a time?
It's kind of a different type of hunt. You haven't set up a time.
No.
It's kind of like a different type of hunt. It's you guys going to a cave and being like, we're going to fight this thing in its lair. A hunt usually includes chasing it.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a hunt, this is going to be a night hunt. This thing comes out at night. Which has different implications.
Well, yeah, then it's more aerial.
Lair actions, aerial battle.
Or more like lair actions, or a game of who's hunting who.
True.
That thing's gonna pick us off like flies.
I mean, that's why, like, you're assembling a crew, you know?
Okay, here's the thing, guys. You have a druid with you. I won't say much more than that, but this druid has put 2 and 2 together about a flying problem.
True. Put the sharpshooter on the bird's back.
I don't know, I'm like...
And then afterwards.
Cruz was fine with it.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah, Cruz can be in the talon, just firing off Eldritch blasts.
Fireballs.
Whichever of your men are proficient against aerial beasts will be sufficient. Do not strain your men, though. We want to make sure we still will have enough healthy in case we face off against the Order
Let's
of
say-
Avrak.
So let's say
smart.
we start at
Very
at midday, actually, and we'll go in, and if we do not prevail, then we'll chase it out, and then a hunt will commence. Perhaps.
So we won't
Well,
hunt.
A small group can go into the cave. You can select your best warriors to accompany us.
And we kill it in the cave.
Yes, or, if it gets out, we'll chase it. In the aspects of a hunt.
Seems rather confusing.
Guys kind of like giving you some eyes, like...
There, he just goes. Dalen just goes, I'm kind of with the chief here. We should kind of pick a strategy and pitch that if we're doing this for sort of political gain, no?
True. I just don't know which one's better, I
I
guess.
think whatever the King's men are going to do is probably the best if we are to impress them. If we are to just take care of the problem, then of course we should do what is smartest.
Is
But
this
if it's If it's a hunt the king wants, then it is a hunt the king should get.
I think something we should broker with our little friend, big friend here. I'm sorry. Zrovek, this is a political affair. We're not trying to necessarily outshine everyone. You know what I mean? I do not know what you mean. A hunt is to kill a beast and bring it back in pieces. The one with the honor of the kill is the mightiest. Right. Well, sometimes we want someone else to feel honor. Do you know what I mean? No. Right.
Well,
he looks at you all.
Maybe if we gave the honor to the king, he might just be willing to let us stay inside his walls for when the order arrives.
Will the people's king be here at this hunt?
We're not too sure yet. We're working on that.
Everything is a moving puzzle.
I see.
We are aligning the pieces, which starts with you.
Well, you have the tribe, and the pact will select its mightiest to fight this hunt. But I cannot promise they will give up easily.
Of course.
You are welcome to explain the concept, but it may be lost on many.
Uggs, it may be best for me to stay back and try and get the tribespeople on the same page, while you go and help coordinate with the rest of the others.
I guess.
Dalen goes, I'll try to work on that. You head back with your folk. I think it's best we carefully choose who we want fighting in this. But if you need numbers at your back out there in the dark woods, the more fighters we have from here, the better.
Agreed.
I agree. We are going to want their ferociousness.
I think you're not going to find better hunters. Not to mention show off what we have to offer should we come to blows. But I'll handle that tonight. Check in tomorrow. Let me know what you guys plan. We will be ready for a hunt, though. Both Brentfield and the Pact.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Dalen.
My pleasure.
And Nathan, you as well.
Yeah, of course. I don't know if I'm up for a hunt, but if it'll gain us favor, I'm definitely willing to look the part.
That's what's important, I guess.
I'll put on my hunting boots.
As long as they're quiet. If they have not been warned before, it might not be the best idea.
I'm a hunter. I'm Brentfield born and raised. You insult me.
I just had to be sure.
They haven't been warned in a while now. He says as he's walking away.
So we're going for a night hunt then?
You guys say this as you're walking back. You start heading back. Well, while you guys start heading back, as you guys are at home, you guys kind of like arrive back at the oh guys, did I not give you access to oh no, yeah, you have the access to the house. Get rid of these folk, they're not here. You arrive back at the house, sort of bloodied, chased yourselves, as you burst through the doors, shutting them behind you. Coming from the other room, Moog and Sarberine enter. Sarberine goes, what seems to be the issue? You all look like you have seen a ghost. Moog goes, yeah, are you okay? Grovekeeper. And he runs up as you are clearly bloodied, Grovekeeper, and looking rather thin, actually.
Okay. I mean,
You're at like
we
7
got
hit points, right? Yeah.
Whatever my character sheet says.
Cruz looks fine though. As he walks in.
Let me do it. Yeah, I'm at 7
Muted
of
again.
37.
Hi guys, what's up?
You two
Currently
all right?
32, I should say. We were attacked, or well, Cruz ran after someone, and I tried to help him.
It was that freaky deaky vampire bitch.
I'm sorry, could you elaborate a little? Sarberine says. No, it's just like a vampire that's been following us. They've sort of angered it, and it's like an ancient vampire with great power, sorcerer of types, master of dark magic. You know the light.
You got it.
You know, like the sort. His name's like a lamppost or something. I don't know.
More like a little bitch.
Got him. If you're listening, he's probably not listening because this is an abode he can't enter or something like that.
He can still listen to us.
Maybe.
As far as we don't.
You're a bitch if you are. Grovekeeper, and he like starts tending to your wounds.
I could have, but thank you.
Sarberine heals you.
Okay, I'll even dump one of my own cure wounds. I've got spell slots.
Yeah, he's gonna dump a healing word into you. He'll give you a 2nd level because he hasn't been spell casting today. I'm gonna use my good old trusty. Oh no, I need a new rubber band for this. Oh damn it. Okay, I'm gonna roll it like some sort of sled.
Good dice catapult today.
No dice.
Whatever he
today.
gets me will be good. I healed myself a little bit with some of my spells.
You take 11 points of healing.
I am a lot better off now. I'm up to 32 after that. Which is my current max.
Current. He goes, you're still looking rather thin. Come sit down. Have some tea. And he moves you into like the sitting room.
Definitely don't feel all that great.
Were you bit? You have bite wound.
Yeah, he bit me.
Is that just a normal bite wound? You are often a dog.
I mean, there's no snakes. This is fangs. Piercing.
It's sorry. It's hard to see past your fur.
And I mean, when I was a wolf, it would be more its problem than mine.
Huh. I bet. Well, what of this vampire then? Now, are we safe where we are?
We're told
Okay.
homes are safe. They can't enter without an invitation. So as
Well,
long,
I think-
and we've specifically told the help they cannot invite anyone in.
Well, that's good, I suppose. This is a rather nice place you have here. It's a shame we can't get more of these for folk outside. Maybe we could fit a few in here. They'd let him pass the gates. Right. Well, you get a knock on the door, suddenly.
What?
You hear, sort of, yeah.
Oh, come in.
I don't think you're with us.
You're
guy.
not with guy.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna let one world.
Yeah, Barkley, the help goes, I would get that, but I'm not supposed to let people in. Should I still answer the door? What if they want to come in?
No.
Do I answer?
Worrell's got it.
Oh, I got it, but also you can answer the door. Just don't.
Right. I
Don't
mean, I have been
say-
answering the door when you haven't been home. It's been
Right,
weird.
yeah.
I'm usually supposed to offer them to come in and stand in the foyer, but
No.
don't do
Not
that?
right now.
No.
Not
Okay.
right now.
Right.
I appreciate your willingness. You can offer them like a tea or like a cake or something.
What if they?
you'd like.
What if they take the plate?
Let him keep it.
Right. Okay.
We'll get the plate back for you.
I'll keep a detailed list of who I lend the plates out to. And he goes into the bag.
Soon enough, we'll learn to not take plates.
He's got a
Stop
weird
taking my
list.
plates.
He puts a note next to. Do or don't call them sir or master.
It's just after like the third person takes some plates, they're just like, guys, they just kind of like let me leave with their plate. They're like, what house do you take that from?
He's just distributing plates.
All of a sudden, there's just a knock at their door, and they're like, what did you bring to our house?
But there is still a knock at the door.
I walk over and answer the door.
At the door, you find a man. Not just any man. A blonde man. No, I'm just kidding.
My
Blood
favorite
on his
kind.
chin.
No, but you find like a long-haired, like sort of dirty blonde-haired man, sort of with a small goatee, sort of sharp eyebrows and brow along with it. He wears like a rather nice, like gold-lined blue jacket, which is buttoned up in the front, pair of matching pants to go along with it. And he, as you open the door, greets you with a smile. He goes, hello. I do not know you, but I was
Don't know you either.
hoping to get a meeting with your sort of how you say group, the whatever you call yourselves.
Oh, right. Yeah. Wow.
Let me introduce myself. I am Ivan Stayanoga. I work for the king.
Oh! Right, yeah, we've been wanting to talk with him.
He like looks
If,
around to either side as he says this. I was hoping to have like a meeting under the radar, under notice, if you will,
So you're asking to come in.
if you do not mind.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
If I just look over, can I try to like take to a perception
Well-
to see if there's like a illusion?
Sure, make a. It's hard to see, so it's hard to tell out illusions from distances. It is investigation
I
checks
thought, like,
to.
disguise shelf was like a perception check.
Is it? I'm pretty sure disguise check is an investigation check.
I just meant disguise. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
I could share.
I know investigation. Like if you touch it, it's just like you know, because
Yeah.
like, it's not.
There
it's
are
not tangible.
so it's an investigation check because like what it is it's about knowing like different effects.
You're already
that-
doing an
Details.
investigation. I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, it's about knowing like the different sort of small details that falter in an illusion.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, I do it racially. It's innate for me.
12 was my insight.
okay. I mean, he seems to be legit. He's legitimately looking around to see if anybody recognizes him.
Right, come on in. We'd love to have you.
And yeah, he swoops in suddenly. He sort of takes off his jacket, hangs it up on the door. He goes, "They have set you up nicely here. That is good.
They have. Oh, yeah, it's a pretty nice deal they get us with.
That is good. I am hoping to talk to you on the matter of this a hunt I have heard of."
Does this look like? It doesn't.
No.
I'm guessing not, but it
This
doesn't
is not
sound
the
like
same guy.
The guy you talk to behind our back.
Right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm myself immoral. Grove Keepers over there. Our other two members are out on a quick errand for us, but they should be back momentarily, hopefully.
Yes, that is not of importance necessarily. I just wish to know what your intentions with this hunt is.
Well, we were kind of hoping to maybe garner some favor with the king. Well, twofold. First off, there's this threat of... Now I'm getting some feedback from Trig.
That's from Trigger. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me. I think you can.
Right, yeah, so we've got the threat of this creature that's out by the lake.
I'm still getting a little bit from Trigger, yeah.
I am too.
So your headset, that's what
and-
I'm worried mine's doing.
I don't move my head ever. It just starts and stops, and that's why every time you guys are like, "You're probably too close," I'm like, "I haven't moved."
I mean, we're hearing it. That's all we can tell you. We're just
No,
coming
I know.
up with
That's
ideas.
why I'm muting.
Yeah.
When it keeps going, I mute.
But yeah, no, we've heard that this creature out by the lake is a bad omen, and want to take care of it for the goodness of the city to help out. But we also thought it might be a nice time for us to, get to know each other a little bit. Maybe develop a friendship between our group and the king, and also to give the king a chance to come out and stretch his legs a little bit. And hopefully, if we can set it up nicely in the correct way, we can even perhaps grant him the opportunity to land the killing blow on the creature.
Well, let me just say, foremost, I think this is genius.
Oh, I appreciate your support of our idea.
I think this is a great way to form a friendship between wild folk and us here in Valamir, and I think it is also great opportunity to make some money, if I am being honest. I think...
Well, we hadn't considered the financial aspect of it.
Yes, well, that is of course my job. It would be a great opportunity to get people into the streets, celebrating, and sort of, in revelry, which often brings in good business for the city altogether, not to mention the crowd. And if you could get the king there, then just maybe it will be a city affair, no?
Well, that's what we were hoping for. We were hoping to make it kind of a grand spectacle for everyone to take part in. We weren't.
Yes.
I mean, if people didn't want to, obviously we were going to still go out and do the right thing and take care of this beast that's causing problems and being a bad omen, just so that we don't have that superstition on us. But ideally, we would like to get everybody involved and have a little bit of fun with it.
Well, that is very noble, and I would like to see the king there. Let me just be clear on that. However, there are two others in his employ who disagree. Both my colleagues, Gunther Shemov, you may have heard of him, and Finin Goldfrond. She's a little bit more reclusive, but they do not wish to see the king
What would it take
At
to
home.
change their minds?
A lot. Much it would take to change the minds of such, well, what's the phrase? Close-minded folk. The biggest avenue on such short notice I recommend is going straight to the king.
How might we do that?
That is hard, and I'm not suggesting any sort of sneakery that would get you killed. But
Well,
if on the day of this hunt you are planning to take on, if you could find a crowd cheering for the king and his appearance, he is very vain and very influential and also easily influenced.
oh, I see. Question for you: did one of the other two advisors happen to?
Gunter, yes,
mi-
that's how I heard of this.
All right. Did they tell the king that they just told you?
Well, they told sort of all of us. We have spoken on. He knows of your hunt, but he has been persuaded against it. I have done my due diligence to. I will explain. Let me explain. Any? Do you have tea? Tea. Hello. And Sarberin like hands him tea. Moo goes. Yeah, Moo goes. Hey, I'm. He like looks to you. Moo. He's like looking for you.
Johnson Table Boot.
I'm going by the. He's like looking for you. He's like, do I go by the alias here? What are we doing?
Well, don't go by that alias. That's
the crime alias, right?
That's the crime alias.
You just like mouth Moog.
Should I tell him myself or my criminal alias?
Hi, Moog. How's it going? He's just like, who is this? He's like looking at you like, who is this guy? What do I say? Johnson Table Boot.
Heard a lot about that kind of name.
MD.
MD? Oh my god.
He got his doctorate. I'm developing the character, okay?
Oh my goodness.
He went back to school with the money he made from that job.
We haven't got paid for that job.
You guys, he talks to you over some tea for a bit, and he talks to you for a bit over the tea, and you return back to your house, where as you arrive, you kind of arrive back to the rather nice two-story mansion you have been granted in the heart of the city, and there you as well can see like Sarberine, Grovekeeper, Cruz, Moog, all sitting down sharing a cup of tea and a conversation. As you guys enter, kind of like leans back and goes, "Are these the rest of them?" He stands up and like moves over to greet you, Guy, and Hogs. He goes,
"Yeah, these are the others."
He goes, "Hello, I am Ivan."
Who is this?
Ivan. Nice to meet you.
He's one of the advisors for the king.
I'm the financial
okay.
advisor for
Right.
our King Niall.
Yes. My name is Hogs. I am one of the representatives of Brentfield, along with my fellow friends here.
Friendly. Okay, friendly.
Yes, we had caught wind of the hunt you are planning to put on, and
Yes.
I wanted to express my interest. I had just been speaking to World here, was it?
Yes.
Right, yeah,
Well,
that's me.
Yep.
I'm the one that sent Gunther the message there.
Yes.
Would
yes.
question: would it help if I sent one directly to the king? A communique of the same sort.
No, I think the only reason he wasn't killed on sight was probably because he was the arcane advisor that you visited. Recognizing it as a familiar pretty quickly. Your advances like that made them come across underhanded, as if some sort of ruse. And that is how
Interesting.
it was pitched to the king, and that is why we are in this situation. Perhaps if you had maybe approached maybe one of the advisors first off in person, you would have maybe got a better response. Especially if you had come to me, myself, as the financial advisor.
How interesting.
We would.
It is Bruce.
There is a lot of business to be had by allying with this pact. And I just feel that the Emerald Order does not see this, as their businesses do not tailor to their demographic.
Well, we need to make them understand that if we are allowed on the streets of Valamir, our people will see these products every day. I mean, they will have no choice eventually but to try some of them out.
Well, my biggest suggestion to you would be go through with this hunt. Get the king there, and if you can do what you say and get the king his valor, you are sure to save your people. He will make a royal decree in an instant or in your favor. I guarantee it.
And
But
How can we
Right.
get the king there?
if he
We were
doesn't,
actually talking about that already. We'll get the crowds going the day of the hunt, morning of, get them chanting for the king, his greatness, appeal to his vanity and his amazingness, and see if we can kind of coax him out of the palace, as it were.
if a large enough crowd gathers in the lakeshore grounds outside Fort Vallis, they will surely confront it. Who confronts it depends on the crowd. So
Will the people of Brentfield be able to get in as well to join this crowd? Or will they be stuck outside the gates?
the people of Brentfield are more than welcome in this city. They should not have had issue entering and leaving. If there has been, I will see to it myself that the guards are punished.
I don't think the
I
people
haven't
of
heard
Brentfield
anything.
have had difficulties.
Good.
Just that they're
Good.
staying out in.
What about the people of the tribe?
What of the tribes? Yes.
Yeah.
The tribes have been forbid from entering without special permissions. If I'm not mistaken, your chieftains have these special permissions, but they do not use it.
The chieftains themselves do, but I believe they prefer to stay with their people.
That is how I understood it.
Yeah.
Well, if we can somehow get the people outside of the King's Palace, what did you call it? The lake?
Fort
Lake
Vallis.
something?
Go rounds.
Fort Palace?
Lakeshore
The
Rounds is where
Lakeshore Rounds. There
the
we go.
bridge connects. If you gather outside the bridge, you are large enough, you will get the attention. If you cross the bridge into Fort Vallis with the people, you are sure to get the attention. What you do
Possibly
in
not
Fort
correct.
Vallis, will be watched and scrutinized heavily, but it is allowed for your entrance. but the gods may not allow it. But if you are silver-tongued, that is different.
What's it called?
I will not be showing my face at this rally. I will not be taking place in your events that you are partaking in, as it will look bad and sort of once more underhanded for me if I am seen doing this.
Associated with us.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Starting.
So, Marista's big game hunting is out the east gate this way,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we could possibly get the streets lined from Fort Vallis all the way out towards Marista's big game hunting, that is where we plan to start with the tribe of Uktagar and his other alliances.
If you get a large enough crowd gathered, however you means to, I'm sure a parade will form once the king is moving. It is assured.
We need to find all the bards in the city and get them. How much gold do I have?
All the what?
Yes, if we could pay a handful of bards to go around and sing about the hunt, spread the word around this town.
clears his throat. A bard you need?
I mean, yeah,
Yes.
a number of them.
Sarbarine, do you know any other musicians in the area that you can lead in spreading the word?
What, you want a skipping bard parade down the streets? No.
Absolutely.
I know some people within the bars in town who can spread word of this.
10 gold per head.
I can 10 gold per head. What do you mean? To employ people to actively spread this word?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that would get a mighty response from some of the people I know.
Do you have a smaller recommendation that would still get it done? Is 10 gold overshooting it?
You can never overshoot it. With a bribe.
I mean, don't get more than like 10 people. I mean, you know what I mean.
Well, there's a few bars in town. I mean, I know a lot of people. But fine, if your coffers are so dry, I suppose. He scoffs. There's a lot of that.
He's the guy who said fucking 10 gold. I don't know what the hell he's coming out of.
He will, he'll tell you, you can get a couple of people. He'll call you close-minded. He'll be like, we bards don't just operate in bars around town. I don't know how simple you think folk are around here. We often also hang out on street corners and various town squares.
Yes. Those places, we need to be spreading the word.
Very popular places in town. But yes, I'll see what I can do. If you fork up 100 gold pieces, I will have this word spread.
I'll hand over 115 for him.
Ooh. You're too good to me, guy.
He surely is.
You're muted again, Chris.
Thank you. I will drop in hesitantly 25 gold of my own.
You can, so for the whole avoidance of overkill thing, that can go back to Guy. Replenish Guy's coffers. But he only needs 10 gold for each person. That's plenty. That will get people, that'll employ people doing it, basically.
As I hand it over, I pull him in. If you have any left over, you give it back, of course.
I can almost assure you that Sarbarine will not have any left over, Guy.
We'll see about that.
He gives Hogs a wink as he leaves.
I've known him for a long time.
Do you see it? What's your perception check?
My perception?
No.
My passive
24.
is hella
It was a
high.
24 versus
My
ooh,
Oh, it's not that crazy actually. It's 14.
Ooh, he has a chance. He rolled an 18. I gotta check the sleight of hand.
Wait, let me make sure. It's actually a 20.
Sure. Oh, okay, you lowered it. Oh wait, he's on the map. Where is he? This is important. This is important. This is important stuff right here.
Wasted an 18 on this.
You wasted it? Oh, you well, I guess so did I. It's going to be a meets beats, so it doesn't really matter. No, he wait, you said 23, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beats it.
23.
He got a 24.
Damn.
It's not meets beats.
24?
I can't see it.
You don't see the wink.
Yeah, you don't see the wink. He leaves. I'm glad we covered that. But yeah, Sarberine will go out tonight and start spreading the word at bars. And he'll also come back really drunk, probably.
Right after he leaves, I turn to Guy and I go, he just winked at me.
Damn it.
I had a feeling. I was trying to look out, but I couldn't quite see if it was something in your eye or...
Yeah, he's a little sneaker.
You guys are still there with Ivan. And he goes,
Do you have any other recommendations or pieces of advice for us?
that I'm sure will gather people in one place. But what exactly are you having him spread the word of?
Parade. Right?
The hunt and
Just
the
right,
parade
the hunt.
from
The
the
hunt? You are going to need to stir up in the moment where this is beginning, sort of gather a crowd. Are you much of a people person, any of you?
Yeah, I can do that.
Absolutely.
Looks to hogs as he says that, just like down to the...
Some of us. Not all of us.
Not all of us, but
I feel
what some of
like
us
I'm
are
a little
lacking, the others are quite proficient.
Well,
Picking up.
if you two can stir up a crowd, then I think you can formulate eventually a chant. You may need to do a couple of rousing speeches or something of the sort, but talk up the event and get people excited. Promise, maybe lie a little. What's a white lie, you know? What the rest of you can do, he looks toward like Moog, Grovekeeper, and Hogs, and he goes, that I do not know, but whatever it is, make sure it is not a risk to the king's safety, as that will be the main concern to the advisors.
You're close with the king. Would the king prefer a hunt where we go into the beast's lair to hunt it down and track it down inside its own home? Or would he prefer one of those kind of like chasing it in the night sky?
No, the king isn't gonna chase anything. The king's gonna sit there looking pretty while we're gonna go do all the hard work, and then we're gonna bring the beast to the king so we can stab it and kill it.
You're both rather misled. Actually, the king would very much like to take place in this hunt. I've changed voice.
I do that all the time.
The king is a young man and he's little foolish, little bit. He wants to chase this beast. It is sort of the main way I was trying to get this to happen. But unfortunately, they have alerted him to the sort of dangers it entails. being needed to be done at night. Hunting it in a cave is not how we do hunts. There is no honor in that.
Of course.
However, the thought of carrying a torch and charging into the forests at night, it excites the Lord. It does not excite his advisors who are tasked with his protection. And the general himself. That is why, in the heat of the moment, this young king can just do what he wants sometimes. And I think preying on that may be best, if you want this to happen.
Alright then.
But he needs to be protected whilst hunting.
Of course.
We've got
Yeah,
good people that
utmost
can.
importance.
Right.
But a hunt, in the royal sense, is to be a competition.
Oh,
And in a competition, as I understand it, the king is to win.
That is usually the understanding. It is often in Valamir culture a event that many royals and hunters will gather for. We are, of course, a nation built of hunters. The king and his trusted allies will hunt a beast, and whoever the victor brings it back. Often it is the king, being the most proficient hunter of our lands.
Of course.
If the king were not to bring back the beast, it would deface him.
We have already stressed this to our own people. We will be sure it is fully understood.
However, whoever accompanies the king should be the most proficient, no?
Agreed.
correct.
That is why I myself will accompany the king.
Well, I mean, not just you.
Yes, and all my friends as well.
Let's be clear here. You yourself, probably not the most competent hunter of all of us. You're not bad, don't get me wrong. But
I do not want to start a fight amongst friends. But
oh no.
Let's just agree that I'm the best hunter here, and we'll
Who's the
just
other
move on.
Cruz, we can all
Goalkeeper just
unanimously
rolls his
agree
eyes
that
in
you're
the back,
probably
not
the
even
worst.
feeling need to correct you guys. 'Cause
Moog just goes. Moog nudges you in the back, Grovekeeper, and goes, "Huh. Little do they know I've been hunting my whole life. I'm the best hunter."
I bet you are, Moog.
I think almost all of us could say that, Moog.
Let's say, shut up, Johnson Table Blue.
I actually came out during a hunt. Literally born hunting.
You kind of all discuss plans further. Ivan does stress to you sort of whoever you assign to be the king's hunting party, which is a normal, process, should be tasked with twofold. Hunting this beast, but primarily protecting the king from the beast. And you guys can talk this over. He will explain the king. He'll give you some insight into the king. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But his recommendation to the king is he's a reckless guy. So protecting him is going to be part of the challenge. Maybe the bigger challenge.
Cool.
He's also skilled. Ivan will also say, he goes, don't count the king out as a skilled hunter. He has been training his entire life as a hunter. It is part of the king's duty. We hold one thing sacred here. It is that. So I'm told.
What is his weapon of choice?
A longsword.
How does he engage?
He fights with a long sword. He is quite proficient, but he is also proficient in the bow.
What form of bow? A longbow, I
Long
assume?
bow, yes. He can
Would
handle
he-
any bow well.
Have any interest in firearms? I may
I
let him use a weapon of mine as a
suppose
gesture of faith.
that would be an honor to you, I'm sure. The king of your people.
Well, what? He's not. Guy isn't my king.
No, he is letting the king of his people wield his weapon. That is a big
Oh.
honor. If
Right,
it is,
sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying.
if it is a weapon worthy of the king, he may take heed of it, but he does have weapons of choice.
Of course.
He does also explain that, yeah, you've got two advisors working against you on this matter, both of which he'll explain more specifically that one advisor is rather adept in sort of the, like, spirit magic, as he'll call it. The, like, mumbo jumbo spirity stuff. I don't quite get it, but she advises that this creature is mighty and dangerous, not to be trifled with, but also a grave omen. It, she claims, wants this, which I think is a bunch of booey.
Wait, the creature wants to be hunted?
The creature wants the king out in the open. Yada, 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 yada. The creature is not
right.
sentient. It is, from what I understand, a sort of dark beast, a corruption of this world. She is being dramatic, as many druids often are. What is Grovekeeper's reaction to that statement?
I mean, he's just not really reacting.
Indifference.
I don't know.
That's about right.
He doesn't really care what other people
he just
think.
absolutely, just completely negates the statement entirely.
He just keeps
Counters the
sipping his
statement
tea.
immediately. Yeah, just it cuts to
Yep.
dramatic.
With his cup that's too small for his proportions.
He goes, and the other advisor does not wish to see any fun be had or take any risk, is cold, hard, and calculating. He is a bit of a stick in the mud, I believe is the expression.
Right, instead of Gunther, his name should be No Funther. Yeah.
That is very funny.
He's our people guy.
You are the people guy, I see.
Yeah, yep, that's me.
Well, hopefully tomorrow you're ready to become famous, because you're going to be doing lots of speeches.
Alright.
Boy.
They are going to know you after tomorrow. The city. that is.
Alright. Delightful.
So,
Oh, my name is Whirl, by the way.
yes, well, you've
Right.
introduced yourself. We've been here talking for like about an hour.
Okay. Right,
So-
just...
What Grovekeeper will do, Chris?
Yes.
Whenever animals have gotten used to being on the balcony by Grovekeeper and all that, he'll just kind of speak to them in like the language of animals to just be like, just you and your friends annoy him, pester him
Just-
all day.
Um,
just poop on his shoulder, everything.
you make a persuasion check.
I get advantage. Woo! What's my? I got a +1, 14.
Okay. He goes, or he goes on for a while talking about, talking about other ways you could possibly, spread word. The bars are great and all, but you're gonna get, of course, only so much, only a certain crowd necessarily from these people. You might want to spread word to certain people, heads of certain, like, factions, to maybe get individuals who will bring groups, if you have any in mind. He even said, he goes, to my understanding, most of the Emerald Order is not to your liking, so unless you have connections with some of them, they may not be an in. But if you have taken to the streets and learned some of the folk who run some of the big shops in town, maybe you can see what people they know or organizations they're a part of to get you an in. If there's any ideas or anything I can help with, let me know. But I should be getting back soon.
Right, of course. It'd be suspicious if you're gone for too long and no one knows where you're at.
Well, I like to disappear. I'm not a homebody like the rest of the advisors. I like to get into the city. If you need to get in contact with me, you can leave a message with me at the fort if it is of importance. But if you need to get in direct contact with me, I have a home just up the street. It is sort of just through the gates into the Lakeshore Rounds. It is a rather large manor on the main road.
Good to
you
know.
shouldn't miss it.
Do the other advisors have out of
No,
castle homes?
just myself. If I am not at that estate, leave a message with my servant, and he'll get it to me. I check in frequently. They do have, I'm sorry, let me be clear. The other advisors do have apartments or estates in the city. I'm the only one who uses mine.
Gotcha.
How do you respond to mental messages
I'm fine
from
with that.
arcane means?
Like sending?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is fine.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure to meet with you. I look forward to hopefully dealing with you again. If what we discussed is a success, then I will see you tomorrow night.
Delightful. It was a pleasure. Thank you for your advice and your help.
Tomorrow night. Remind me, DM, don't we have like 2 plans coinciding? I can't remember if it's tonight or tomorrow night in game.
What was the plan?
We had one plan to meet with Laumi.
Yes, you had a plan to meet with Laumi tonight. That's what one of your group was doing.
And then we also were supposed to get paid tonight as criminals.
Oh, I'm sorry. Laumi
Yeah.
is who you're meant to meet with.
Yeah. No, that's what I said. Laumi.
You really
Yeah.
want to go talk? I mean, to the
I'm
person
just
that
saying that
clearly
that's
set us up?
I'm just saying that that's what the agreement was for. What's his name?
Yeah.
Craig.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. but it was clearly
getting
a setup.
paid was like a late night back alley agreement, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dinner was
With Laumi.
with Laumi, and that's approaching.
And he was supposed to come here?
No.
Or were we supposed to go to him?
You were supposed to go to him.
Okay. Alright. Sounds good. See ya, I guess. Tomorrow night. Hopefully.
I would prepare in full, but make this your main focus.
Of course.
If you end up not getting the favor of the king, then still go through with this hunt. Bring as many people as you can to the affair. Do it up. Make a speech. Try to get the favor of the people. I do not wish to see a bloodbath outside our northern gate, as I'm sure many people truly do not.
I don't either.
But
It's not really in our plans.
greed controls this city, unfortunately. And unless we wish to turn to violence, it will remain that way for some time, I fear. I'm sorry, this is the way it is going, but know the king's heart is true, and if he sees your struggle, then he will help. He's a good lad.
Good to hear.
Now, so long. And he puts up his collar and heads out. What are you guys doing?
As soon as he walks out, Cruz lets out a sigh of relief and goes, "Phew! Thank God he wasn't a vampire."
Really taking a gamble on that one.
The whole time? The whole time you weren't sure? You didn't make sure at the very beginning?
How do you propose we make sure?
Moo goes, Grovekeeper and Cruz here gave him a good look down. Gave him a good once over. I gave him an ocular pat down myself.
Alright.
To assess the situation.
Situation was
tense from it, I guess, is my question.
To give you guys a heads up, Alandir's back in town.
In town?
In town. Jumped me and Grovekeeper.
He jumped you?
He was also spotted by the guards. They know what he looks like.
He was.
Alright?
Alandir is in my Alandir, yes.
Yeah, your homeboy there.
Let's be honest.
Wonderful.
He's my homeboy, if anyone's.
Technically.
Is he?
I think he holds a lot of resentment towards Guy for ruining his plans. So
That's the reverse of homeboy.
I would argue
Yeah, he's
that,
the opposite of homeboy.
but that's why I'm
homeboy.
like, Guy's his target.
Yeah, Guy's his target. I'm his possible ally? I don't know.
Guys, we have a
What? You're
very
his
tight
possible
schedule
ally?
right
What
now.
was that? What was that?
We have
possible-
an
we went
incredibly
pulled out a
tight
wooden
schedule.
stake.
No,
I
you said
believe
We went
you said
over this-
now. Last time you said ally.
No,
I
we went
believe
over
we
this
have a dinner
breakfast.
to get to.
We went over this at breakfast. It was like yesterday or something. I don't
Right.
know.
Speaking of that, are we gonna go see about collecting payment?
Guy's just dancing.
It's up to you guys.
Um,
I'm fairly certain that we're setting us up and they're not gonna pay us.
It'd be a little difficult.
Should I set up at the distance?
I could go as what's his face? I don't remember what his name
That
was.
could literally be anyone.
No,
We're
the
not
guy
talking
from the
about the
bar,
guy.
the racist
Yes.
guy.
You want to go back as Kyle? Cole? What was his name?
I don't remember what his name was. The guy that we did the heist as.
The
Yeah.
person you blamed everything on. You want to go back as the
I know what his
party?
name is.
Come on, we haven't played in like 2 months.
It's the
You
same
won't give us this?
same name as the general from our old Star Wars campaign.
Oh, it's Cade!
It is Cade.
Caden.
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 Yeah.
I remember because I made a joke. Well, I also have it written down in my notes. But I remember because we made a joke that you're still playing Cade even after the game is over, or Caden after the game is over.
Yeah.
This one's a lot dumber. I wish Caden from our game was Caden.
A lot more crime would have gone on.
Macklin would have gotten away with a lot more shit. I'm telling you. Yeah. So
I feel like we kind of need you at Laumies, though, is the problem. I don't know.
that's like again late night deal after dinner would be.
Yeah, we could
Right.
see what we do
Yeah,
after
I mean,
dinner.
again, it's a they're a shady group. I don't think they're going to be opposed to talking to you guys at night. I think they're going to be expecting it.
I think that's the goal. Was that night?
We should likely freshen up a bit before we go and meet with this Laomi, yes?
Hey, I'm always fresh. Thank
Many
you.
of us stink.
Yeah, but you need a shirt.
It's
All
true,
right.
you do need a
Point-
shirt.
Point taken. Hey, listen, I just like to let the girls hang free, okay?
I mean,
were
yeah,
having
you're in our house,
We
fine,
were having
but-
clothes made for this dinner. Like, we couldn't.
Right.
as soon as
Is it
they
ready?
I mean, they were getting made for this dinner, so I hope they're ready.
Are
We gotta
they
go
ready?
check, I guess.
When were they said that they would be ready? And
There's
how
one way to
long
find
ago
out,
was
and that's
that?
by going and asking.
I guess.
It's only been like a day, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Right,
don't-
but
But again, you
Bro,
guys
we
wanted to
had
close, you
them
wanted to close
specifically
for
for
this dinner.
right.
Like that's you like gave them money to fast track it. Like the whole point was that
Yeah.
we needed it for this dinner. Because otherwise, like, I'm going in like, yeah, hamdy down clothes that like we've been sleeping on the road in forever, which have probably been
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Here, been washed.
The clothes?
You guys got a change of clothes. Yeah,
Oh, we have
you
that?
fast tracked. Well, you got a change of clothes, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then you custom made some stuff for a party.
Okay, so we
that's
have at
ready.
least something to wear.
Yes, you
Okay.
guys got nice clothes, but then you
Yeah.
custom made a bunch of stuff in
Yeah,
case
we
you
don't
guys
have
threw a
that.
party. And you guys all gave me like specific requests, if I remember correctly, or wanted
you
to.
have
I think
my
Guy.
character-
So-
Yeah. But that stuff, you're right, that stuff is fast tracked. I believe you can pick it up by the end of tomorrow. When did you do that?
What? I have no clue what day we did.
Cruz just goes, I mean, I don't really need to pick up any clothes. Boom, I'm in a new outfit.
True.
Boom, look,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
in a
that
new
was
outfit.
kind of my idea.
Look,
I
I'm
was
in a new
gonna do
outfit.
something like that, yeah. Well, I can't do
if
it
you
that
wanna,
much.
yeah,
but-
if you want to keep doing that all night long.
The
But
late
we
guy.
also
guy.
have
Oh,
other,
it's gonna be
we
that
have
long.
other clothes, so I'll just
That-
wear my other clothes.
That would be a fun prank to pull on someone. If we ever have like a single person over, like
Just be impossible.
Every time they
I'll
left
just-
the room and they came
every
back,
time
they were all
they leave the
wearing
room,
someone
I'll
else's
change-
outfit.
right, I'll change it to a different outfit. And so then they'll be like, was he
What's
wearing that
happening?
before?
Imagine,
And we'll all
imagine-
be in on it.
Yeah, imagine if all four of us could do it, and then we would switch outfits
I can do
in
it
like a
once.
circle, you know?
You could
Crispy unpause the game.
That'd be cool.
make me.
I
I
can
need
do
to
it once.
accidentally deleted out or dragged out a character and I need to delete him now.
Oh well, if it's a token,
Oh,
too
you
bad.
can't
Only
delete it.
Chris can delete
Oh.
tokens.
So
So stop making
really,
that mistake. Gosh.
Yeah,
your
you
token?
Yeah, if-
Keeper.
if you guys just
It's
took
on the
2
map.
levels in Warlock, if everyone just did 2 levels in Warlock, we could all do it. I know a great guy who's willing to make a deal with you.
I don't know.
You know
great
what?
guy.
I'm not too interested. Something
You guys
tells
all
me.
just share an amulet.
But we each
Amulet
can choose to go in
buddies.
once a day.
It's
Every
just
time
that,
one of us goes in, it pops the other one out.
it's that really awkward thing where when any one of you is like wearing it and one of you comes out, it's just like put you both in the necklace, like unclasp it, unclasp it. You reach around, unclasp it.
The catch is that all of us have to be in, only one of us
Turns
can
out,
one.
he doesn't want anything from you guys. This is just hilarious to him. Just sitting there on the couch and his fucking thing just idiots.
Considering my charisma modifier, not too interested anymore.
Considering Cruz's intelligence, would be surprising.
I'd have to sink 3 full ASIs into it, I think. And I already used a feat that could add charisma. And I used it for a different stat. So, yeah.
So, what are you guys doing?
Getting changed, getting ready.
You're going to you're going to dinner with
Laomi?
Laomi?
I think so. That
Yeah,
sounds like
I
the
think
plan. right, everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
Changing into nice clothes.
Yeah, gotta put on the clothes we bought, be fancy, because, apparently we're stinky and smelly.
Yeah, maybe get a little less stinky and smelly.
Yeah, you are pretty stinky and smelly, to be honest.
Cruz
So are
is
you.
going to go naked.
You're not even
but
changing
he's
the
going
clothes you're
to-
wearing, like your smell is staying.
I literally bathe the most out of everyone in this group.
I don't think so. You always have to do it in private, off by yourself.
Yes, I do it frequently though.
They've never
But
seen you
None
bathe.
of you,
Really do it.
huh? Yeah,
None of
Nobody-
us have seen you bathe.
yeah, but I
Single
come
one of
back
us.
bathed.
No, we don't know that.
He just licks himself off in the woods
All right,
like a
fuck you
dog.
guys. Don't
Just
smell.
saying, you're saying, like, I mean, I don't know what you're doing.
I mean, it's true. He does not smell.
Well, I mean, at times he does. He might not be the cause of the smell.
Yeah,
but,
after a
like,
battle.
when he gets covered in animal entrails and whatnot,
Yeah,
he smells.
in those instances, yes.
He is. I will say he is genuinely the best smelling out of probably all of you. Although we did establish,
Crispy.
do establish, Cruz smells like a.
He doesn't
it's
sweat.
like ice. Just
Yeah.
smells like when you walk into a
Air
freezer.
freshener, you know?
We don't count him, okay?
Well, and
I
anytime
do
I'm
my
around
dirty
someone,
work
I
in a
just make
different body.
I make the air
doesn't
around me
carry
with
over
fresh
to me.
vegetation smell like flowers.
Yeah.
Respectfully,
If we wanna
respectfully,
respect.
Grove
Respect.
Keeper, you have to realize just walking around with
I know.
fur in a forest has got to just be like the worst for staying clean. Think of all the twigs that get into like a furbolg's fur. It's probably comfortable, but
Well, I mean, the fur is protective, guys.
yeah. But like it gets knotted. Nonetheless, you guys start to get prettied up. Everybody do a performance check for me.
Even if we use magic?
Yeah, even if you use magic.
A performance check
Yes.
to perform cleaning.
This is about presenting yourself.
15.
Hogs, you don't know what is good.
Can I
presenting
use my
yourself
maraca?
to try?
No,
try to transform yourself.
I memorized outfits from the nice
Right,
clothes
But
store.
you don't know what is the appropriate attire for this situation.
Oh, okay. I see.
11.
Guy rolled a 6.
Okay.
How are the two of us the best? Me and Grove Keeper.
Grove Keeper goes
I also
all out.
shouldn't really even have much of an idea.
Yeah, no, you each have your own flaws. Grove Keeper, though, you follow suit and you brush like all of your hair. It sort of all like faces one direction and looks a little odd, but the gesture is there. And as you like put on nice clothes, they're clean. I mean, you're right. The like sort of woodsy smell of all of you is pretty much present. Unless are you guys taking baths?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'd take a bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get most of it
Get
out.
clean.
Grove Keeper, you reach a point of cleanliness you've never met. Hogs, you put on a nice
Whoa.
like illusion up.
I don't know what this slander is.
No, I just mean like you.
As if, like,
No,
as if
15
I'm-
is a good performance. Like you legitimately tidy up probably better than you ever have. Like you look snazzy.
I get it.
Also, you're gross, typically. Just saying.
No, buddy.
That is not what I was saying, but that is what you heard, I'm sure.
That's what crispy means.
Well, that's
The-
definitely what Long said.
Yeah.
No, that's what crispy means. I think he's
Hogs,
alright.
you illusion
I'm
up a
just
tux.
I'm just like, as Grove Keeper does do like hard day work, that just makes the bath at the end of the day better. Like,
You just illusion up a
Nothing
nice
against
tux. It's very
Yeah.
flashy, but should be fairly appropriate for the situation.
I also correct my skin tone and hair and whatnot.
Guy, you put on your nicest vest.
Nice.
But it's a vest still, and it is leather.
And if it's it's
But Patty has a matching vest.
You also start putting on, that naturally. You put the bolo tie on. It's your nicest bolo, as well as your nicest pair of chaps.
Still assless.
The big hat does not match the vest, but it's your nicest hat and your nicest vest, so that's gotta count, right? What's that?
My guy-friendly belt buckle.
Your guy-friendly belt buckle,
GF
right there in
in the
front.
middle.
So Guy spends most of his time actually like cleaning his boots.
Yeah, naturally.
Like I'm wearing like the wrong outfit, but my boots are really clean.
So you know, like the task you do every time you come home. I feel like every time Guy gets home, he's like, "Gotta take care of my boots."
Gotta take care of my boots.
Those are expensive, all right.
Whirl. What did you roll? What was that? You're muted.
You're muted still, Whirl.
11.
11.
I saw it. I read the lips before you unmuted. The 11. You
Does he get a shirt at least?
He does. He puts on his nicest vest as well. But and a shirt underneath, but the shirt is way too open. A little too flirty.
It's like 4 buttons down.
Yeah, it's like how I wear a shirt.
Could I
The buttons are an
question
option,
for you.
guys.
Could I roll with advantage if I had Brooke help me dress?
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh.
This is why you put your
Look at
girlfriend in the game,
perspective.
guys.
Hear me out.
Yeah,
We have Brooke
yeah.
help all of us dress.
No, I have animals help me dress. Come on, little rats.
It's an 11.
She goes, "You look good."
She's done the best she could with what was
She goes-
brought in front of her.
She goes, well, I think you're
I
hot, so...
Right, yeah.
She is also a mountain person, I will remind you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I couldn't look any better, right?
Just put
I
some,
mean,
She like
just
smacks
look
you
at
on the
this.
ass.
Oh,
puts it
baby.
under your under eye. And like, there you go.
Save it till I get home this evening.
Gosh.
It's so perfect.
I'm gonna sleep on the couch. I share a wall with that room.
There's like 4 extra bedrooms in here.
Yeah.
You guys head out to Laumie's estate. Fun fact. Sorry, 1 second.
He's our next door neighbor.
He is
I will,
He is, in
if
fact, down the
possible,
street.
have taken a short rest before, like between
Yes,
taking
yes.
tea, talking
Yeah.
with whoever, and all
Yes.
that nonsense.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Super restable.
me too.
Oh man, I can't imagine why you would also want to do that.
I'm just
Once
saying
gonna
the
fill my
time
HP
period
up.
was super short restable, man. Jeez,
That's
man.
I'm just saying that's gonna fill my
Well,
HP up for one and get
I
my
just
wild
need-
shapes
I need
back.
spell slots back.
True.
I know that's why you want it. I was joking. Like you and I are the ones who got attacked. I had used both of my wild shapes. You know, something I really
Right
like.
before
Grove
we
feels
short
naked
rest,
without his wild shapes. Okay.
I'm going to use Channel Divinity.
Okay.
Which one's it called? It's called Harness Divine Power. And I will get some spell slots back. I just need to look at how many. You regain 1 expended spell slot. No higher than half my proficiency bonus rounded up.
Okay.
Right
So,
before
level 2.
we
I get 1
enter
level 2
into
spell.
Laumies, I'll give Guy and Whirl a little pat on the back to give them enhanced ability for charisma, which I forget exactly which one that is.
Because
I'm casting this at 3rd level for you guys.
So, you guys knock
Eagle
on the
Splendor.
door of Awar Laumi. As you wait, you hear rustling from beyond the door. It swings open, and on the other side is a familiar face.
Use both men.
A woman. She's in a rather nice blouse, sort of a jacket over top, which is sort of pulled back over her hips. On one side, she does seem to have some sort of like book tucked away at her back. As she is wearing, a nice pair of finely crafted pants with like this fine gold lining running up the side, which complements the lining of the jacket. Standing in front of you is Robin Beaufort, the woman that you have to meet later tonight for your payment, or also known as Awar Laumi's assistant. She greets you with a smile and goes, welcome. You must be World, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, one in the same, I give a bow. And your name is?
I am Robin. Beaufort's the name. It's a pleasure to meet
hold out my hand.
you. She extends hers.
I will take it and give it a little kiss on the back of the hand.
Is Brooke with you?
I assumed she wasn't.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
If Brooke was with me, I would not do that.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure.
I also
Bound
would
people,
assume you
she
left
wouldn't have a
her.
custom even, so I was gonna go, but no, she's not there. She removes her hand. She goes, "How very formal. These sort of fineries are not required. I'm plenty aware of you all." She looks about. Let me guess. Guy friendly?
I tip my hat. At your service.
Grove keeper?
Actually, my name's Hogs.
Grove keeper? She's like looking up at
Yeah,
Grove keeper.
never mind.
Yes. Hello.
Moog. Am I saying that correct? That's the name. Or I'm sorry, actually, he's going under a new persona.
Johnson.
No,
but he's
not to
going
her.
by that.
Especially not to her.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sorry, I forgot he changed
Does he
personas.
look the same as when he...
He would not come with you.
Oh, he's been
Okay.
a changeling his whole life. He knows how to blend.
I forgot he's in a whole new form.
I thought he was still being called Moog, just as human.
He is,
form.
but he definitely would not come with. He'd probably be coming up with a new persona.
So he's not here right now.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He would know you're not to refer to him as Moog anymore.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I mean, around people, you guys can do it in private.
Nope, not allowed.
But you yeah, he goes on, and Hogs, if I'm correct.
That's my name. Hogs. With a Z.
From
Renfield?
correct?
All of us, yes.
Yes.
All representatives of Renfield, yes.
Come on in. Awar will be with us shortly. He's just finishing up some work. Do you all like a drink?
Sure.
Of course. You enter her estate, or I'm sorry, not Awar's estate, and it is larger than yours. You enter like a sort of small like sitting area, and then a larger foyer lined with columns leading up a grand set of stairs, which splits off similarly to yours. You can see doors on either side. As you enter, there are a couple of servants within the room which start to sweep up with some sort of goblet filled with a drink of sorts, and they extend it out toward each of you. She looks at you, Robin, and goes, I do want to apologize that Mr. Laumi could not be with us upon your arrival, but I do assure you he is most interested in hearing your story.
Well, he will be here soon, of course, yes.
He is he'll be with us in just a few moments. Hopefully.
Good.
She looks deeper into the estate, up the stairs to the right. He is just finishing up something for the time.
No worries.
So, tell me, what is it you all, or I'm sorry, where is it you all hail from?
Well, I myself originally hail from a small town far to the west of here. You wouldn't have ever heard of it. It's a unknown podunk place in the middle of nowhere. But it is kind of close to Aldemir.
Roll a deception check for me.
Nothing I'm saying about it is I'm lying.
I would say your people are more nomadic.
We're not.
Like you have an area, but it's not so much a town. I would say is a slight sort of.
I mean, I think either way it's the same.
Yeah,
same
it's a deception no matter what. It's like a vagity. Like you would know.
25.
You're purposely trying to avoid the name, correct? Like any sort of names.
Yes.
Because she's immediately diverted. Oh, out by Aldemir. Interesting. I have a cousin from Aldemir. Haven't spoken to them in a while, but.
Oh yeah, I spent some time there. What's the name?
Regis?
Regis.
Beaufort. He's related by blood. We're a large family. We've been in the Estrid
Oh.
Empire for generations. I've got cousins, I think, in just about every city. Anyway, you, Guy, are you from around here?
Hello. Yes, I'm actually from just across the river. I'm from Glengrove. Grew up just outside. My family had some farmland out there, and now I just make my way around the area.
She goes, well, what brings you to ally yourself with, the town of Brentfield, then?
Well, I've made some friends there over the years. Made quite a bit of money. Kind of showing people the way between your great city and my old hometown, Brentfield. And they needed some help, and they had money.
I see. Well, interesting. And
Yeah, unfortunately now they're just being pushed out of their homes, you know?
so I've heard, yes. By these, what were they called? Order of Averex?
Averex.
Yes.
I've heard fairy tales of this bird in the past, but not this organization.
Basically, like their followers.
See, an odd thing to follow, but sure.
Sure.
And you,
yeah.
where are you from?
Well, I'd be one of the friends. I assume that guy is making mention of. I am hailed from Renfield itself.
Ah. Well, I might have dealt with you before if you've made
Possibly
your way through this area.
Yeah, a long time ago I used to run trade routes through Valamir, but
When was a long time ago?
a couple years ago maybe.
Ah, no, I'm
I used
more
to
recent
work-
to the city.
I used to work for the hog herders.
I see. Yes, no, I'm from in east of here, Estrus Quay, but I moved here a few years back, so
Interesting, the capital.
I see. What made you stop coming through?
Just life events, you know.
I don't. That's rather vague. Is that like, did you get married? Are you a married?
No, quite the opposite, I guess. Just
got divorced.
falling out, I guess.
I
There was
see.
a goblin attack and didn't work out too well.
A goblin attack. Odd,
Yeah.
Odd bedfellows you've made then. Your friends outside the wall? Strange bedfellows you've made.
Yeah, the attackers are amongst them, but that was in the past,
Huh.
I believe.
Oddly wise of you. And you, big fella, where do you hail from? Looking up at you, Grovekeeper.
I live just outside of Glen Grove. Not really a name to it.
Oh. Outside, but you're nearby, sort of, would you count yourself among the wild folk?
Yes.
Ah, well, it's a pleasure to have you in my home. I'm sorry, Laumi's home. You clean up very nice. I like what you've done with your hair. Now, that some formalities have been taken care of. If you would like to know, Laumi has called you all here on a sort of business matter. He sees you and your compatriots here as a potential boon to this city, a potential kinship is in sight, but he does also see a threat to his people, what he's established here so long. So, sort of keep that in mind while going forward. He has not made a judgment of you all just yet. He just has been making considerations, I guess you could say selfishly, but that is often what we do. This is an opportunity to change that. So just be open to whatever. As she's saying this, the doors open loudly, and coming through, you can see Laumi. What? Oh, that was a noise.
Can I insight check her before?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead and make an insight.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to make sure she was done before.
We have intel, by the way, of what Laumi's business specifically is, like what what it is that that makes him money?
I don't think you guys do yet. You do know he is the mayor of Willow Heights.
I thought we had an idea of like.
I got a 6. Ren.
Well,
Unless someone wrote it down.
yes, I guess you do. I guess you do in a sense. You do know you are in one of Awar's many developments at the time. It was paid for by Lander, and it's Lander's estate, technically. But he purchased it from Awar, and the other estates are also Awar's. They're developments made by him.
He specifically is the, like...
He is currently developing East Willow, you do know.
Estate.
You don't know his full business acumen, necessarily, but
Gotcha.
you did hear that information. He is behind the development of East Hollow.
Cool.
Or East Willow. But yeah, so he enters. You see Awar enter suddenly. He like opens the door with his arms outstretched as he sweeps into the room and goes, "Hello, hello. I'm so sorry I was late. I was just finishing up a little business deal I was putting together. It, of course, ran over. You know how things go. But I'm here now, and I'd like to apologize. Welcome to my humble home, all of you. Dinner should be ready to serve." He claps his hands together and goes, "I'd like to apologize for any confusion there was this morning you dealt with the guards and whatnot. That was unfortunate and a mishap, to say the least. We were working off of, I assume, some misguided information. But
if you don't mind us asking, where did you get such information?
I was not privy to it. I'm just apologizing for our people.
Of course.
No
worries.
What was that insight check on, what's her face, by the way? Robin.
On Robin. Guy's insight check on Robin.
You're muted.
He's muted.
Guy who's muted.
I went down and I think I went to get... Oh, I went and got water because I'm responsible.
You did at one point, yeah.
I thought I got a soda, and I'm like, it vanished.
Guy's still muted.
Guy died, guys. He's dead.
He might have stepped away.
Guy,
What? Sorry.
Hello,
what was
guy.
your insight check?
Oh, my insight was 6.
6. You don't... I mean, she seems pretty genuine. But allow me, still, nonetheless, fuck, what was I saying? Or I distracted myself.
Talking about...
He sweeps into the room.
He said that he loves us and that he was going to tell the king to do the hunt.
For...
Oh, yeah. He's not privy to that information. He was just asked to... I was just asked to step in as a arcane sort of advisor of sorts.
Interesting.
I have a set of skills that are perfect for divining intent.
Well, it seemed like you were looking for something magical. Was there anything we can keep an eye out for?
There, I believe, was
you know,
a stolen item from Mr. Shadowcloak, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure entirely what it was, but I was to look for any signs of transmutation or sort of concealment magic, as well as any sort of conjuration magic.
Also, Cruz is wearing the necklace around his neck.
For his erectile dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
Can I insight check Laomi and Robin? Laomi, like with what he's saying, but just like Robin's like body language and whatnot as he's talking about the stolen artifact. That'll be a 14.
Laomi seems to be telling you all the information he was given. He seems to be like fully forthright. And Robin is unchanged, unfazed.
Cool as a cucumber.
Cool as a cucumber.
Cool, got it. Got it good.
He looks about. And you all. He goes. Please, grab a seat, grab a seat. We can talk all of this over dinner. I, of course, wanted to stress my condolences for the situation we've put you in. We've put you between, I understand, a rock and a hard place. For you have claimed that there is an army approaching, and from what words from our military forces have advised, this is very much the case. We understand your necessity to get within these walls, but I have been merely protecting my property in the matter. I am, however, pressed to vote in your favor, as I don't wish to see a bloodbath come outside our walls. And as we near that fate every day, I think it is time we come up with a way to fit you all in, no? But for now, grab a seat, grab a seat. Dinner, I believe, is served. As he shouts that around his room, you can hear, like, clatter from doors in the other room across the foyer as you watch as a number of servants start to sweep into the room and start to lay food out on the table in silver platters. One by one, the table is filled, and as they're set down, the plastic dishes swept off the food, leaving a plume of steam to come out, revealing different roasts, starting with a large platter which is set down in the middle of the table with a stuffed roasted pig. The head has been removed, but still on the platter, arranged with a number of garments. You can see like roast turkeys on either end, fowls of different sort on either end, and a number of vegetables and garments laid across the table, one by one, swept out by different servants. And he goes, Good, wonderful. It all looks fantastic. Thank you, Gordon, thank you. Ah, wonderful. Well, perfect. Now, feel free to dig in.
As we're walking over to sit at the table, I would like to pull out a small feather and cast Enhance Ability on Cruz, if possible.
I've already got it.
I already gave it to
At the door.
Cruz and Guy. I cast it at 3rd level for both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss that? My bad.
Yes, it was at the door.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I get.
He sits down at the head of the table and lets you all sort of settle in around. Robin sits next to you, Cruz, or Whirl, as she thinks.
I'll sit next to dude.
Okay, to the dude.
Rest in peace.
Rip, dude.
Guy runs out of the door to run to his burial site.
Have you checked
Halfway to Renfield.
Have you checked the dude's folder recently? I renamed it. I reorganized.
Yeah, check out the actors tab. There's Esteraria PCs.
Or there's player parties.
Yeah. Player parties, Esteraria PCs, Grove Keepers forums, us.
There's
Esteraria
pets,
and then you can drop down Esteraria pets, and then there's Esteraria pets former. And former is just the dude.
That's because you haven't killed a runt recently yet.
I have not killed runt yet.
A run
at all. I only have one runt.
I'm just saying that was what Chris said.
They're just
you haven't
runts.
killed a
You can find a
runt.
new runt. Anyway.
I hypothetically could, yeah.
Anyway, you all sit down at your various seats, and start to pull food to your plates. You can see like goblets of wine are set next to you as somebody pours out wine for each of you. And as it is poured out in front of Laomi, he holds up his and goes, simply to hopefully a agreement, a deal to fruitful futures and better tomorrows.
Yeah.
They cheers. Now, you guys dig in. Good. Everything's wonderful. He like he takes like a few minutes before not saying a word. He kind of like starts like serving out food onto his plate and starts cutting into it. Takes a few big bites before going, no, I believe what we need to discuss foremost before we can get into the pleasantries at hand. First and foremost, an introduction to myself. I am Ewar Laomi, a councilman here within Valamir, the mayor of Willow Heights, the very district we, of course, are in tonight. I have been a council person here for a few years now, and I am well established within the affairs of this city. I have some sway with the other councilmen. I can easily turn this around in your favor with the advocacy you've had thus far from councilperson with Santi. I may be able to sway some more in your favor. However, there are some assurances I would need first.
What kind of assurances would you need? I mean, most of us are fairly safe, and all we want is to help each other out.
Well, we don't have much lodging in the way of homes for your people, short of my estates. Number of them currently lay vacant, for it would seem that their price point are currently at the high end of the market. That would leave only one place for your people to go: East Willow. This would greatly ruin the value of the work and time I've put in, and I understand how callous that can sound.
I don't think it's callous to want to get the proper reward back for your time and investment into a project you've worked so hard on.
I appreciate you saying that, Mr. World, and I'm glad you can understand my hesitation. But, nonetheless, I am pressed to come up with a solution.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Excuse me, sorry. Let me ask you this, Mr. Laomi. Which neighborhood would be that which is just below Willow Heights in terms of the social ladder?
That's a hard question to broach. There are some that would say Old Town is. There are quite a few, wealthy folk who still populate its limits. Shadowcloak being one of them.
Let me tell you my idea, and you tell me which neighborhood it might be best for. But you say that the property value of Willow Heights is too high to allow strange folk, and let's be honest, country folk, into these nice establishments. What if we were to offer some Valamirians a way to upgrade from their home to these Willow Heights estates, giving you the money you want and offering up open space for our people to stay temporarily. These homes would still be yours, and you would be able to sell them.
That, Mr. Guy, correct? Mr. Friendly.
Friendly.
Yes. Is a smart idea. That is the smartest idea I could come up with as well. I, however, know the next bracket of wealth is Old Town. And Old Town is more difficult than I. Let's put it that way. Their residents are wealthy and seasoned, meaning they have lived there, or their families have lived there for generations. They are not frequent to give up their land, their inherited land. And Old Town is, of course, the heart of this city. It holds a certain level of value. My recommendation would be move citizens from there into my estates. That is exactly the townsfolk that I wish to see amongst those homes. But the citizens of Old Town are specifically curated by one of its oldest residents, Mr. Shadowcloak.
So we need to convince Mr. Shadowcloak to support our endeavors of moving people from Old Town into East Willow.
Yes, which just sounds more of the same circle. You see my problem.
Right. This may seem a little...
Well,
maybe,
it's not so, just to be clear, it's not so moving... Shadowcloak doesn't have a problem with moving his residents out. They have the right to do so. It is the assumption of what is coming in to replace.
Right.
You see, that is why he votes nay to this approach.
If
he would vote yay, I would vote yay. But he is unlikely to do so.
I mean, an idea... Well, right, okay. An idea to get people to be willing to move that I have is we could give them the option of, say, hey, you can move from Old Town over to East Willow. If you don't, those people that do move from Old Town over to East Willow, their houses will be replaced with people from outside the city. So you might have a neighbor from, of goblins or something if you stay. And hope that maybe racism takes its course. Is that bad of me to say?
To bank on racism? It does sound rather
it's
bad.
Not ideal, right? No, but bank on a little bit of prejudice against.
Realistic.
What?
You're realistic.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm not. It's an unfortunate truth to our world, but.
The truth is, our city were built by wild folk, and Estorarans come together. Estolosians come together. And moving in wild folk to the heart of the city, I think, would change nothing. However, Mr. Shadowcloak is of the disagreement. I despise him for that view, if I'm being forthright, and I think he's being foolish. I'm suggesting one first business endeavor here. I will greatly drop my prices to my homes, significantly. And if you are to specifically market for me where I am to do so, I could possibly pull people from his district, sort of forcing his hand, nonetheless.
Well, actually, I had another idea on a way to perhaps convince him.
Go on.
You mentioned that he had a theft.
Yes.
Perhaps, what if we were to locate said object that was stolen from him? Do you think that might turn his favor a little bit?
Laomi looks for a moment, thinking.
I'm watching his eyes closely.
Make a deception check for me.
Delighted to.
Yeah,
21.
Okay. He goes, someone were to find that artifact, I'm sure he would pay greatly for it. He would have a lot of questions, I'd imagine. Should you give the right answers, it's possible he may sway it, but I don't think he would put his entire business on the line for it.
Maybe
his entire
at least sway
quarter.
his vote to our favor, if nothing else.
It may. I cannot say. He has a lot
Maybe
of
it's
distrust.
especially-
This
Perhaps
shadow.
we could go lay down by the bay.
He has a
Sorry.
lot of distrust, this Shadow Cloak. He has been, if I can be honest with you, he has been running operations within this town for centuries. Underhanded operations and overhanded. They're both. And if there's any puppet master within this city more influential, I don't know of them. He is a untrustworthy man from his days back being a thief and a scoundrel. Is he still a thief and a scoundrel? In a different way. Yes. But I don't know if he would forego what he's built here for just that item. He, of course, has many more little trinkets he's assembled. I do not trust Shadowcloak as far as I can throw him. And he's small, and I could imagine I'd throw him pretty far.
Well, thank you for that insight.
My suggestion, go ahead and make a insight check.
Natural 24, 27.
He definitely hates Shadowcloak. Do you believe everything he said was true about Shadowcloak being like old, and used to be a criminal. He definitely has some extra vitriol there beyond just the things he's telling you.
I have an idea that maybe Shadowcloak isn't as bad as Laomi says. Is what
It's a
you're
weird
saying?
thing to say in the middle of dinner.
Yeah, no, he's definitely playing him up as even worse. You have no judge of Shadowcloak. Just that he continues going, he continues going. He goes, I have an extra disdain toward the man, I feel, because he always seems to be deliberately standing in my way. If it is deliberate, I'm not sure, but it often seems to be at times. He wants to control this city, and he's in the best seat to do so. Any teetering on that, I think, or he thinks, will set him back, I'm sure. My suggestion is to make that teeter. I'm willing to help you do that, as it will benefit both you and me. But that depends on how far you're willing to go.
What? Sorry. What do you mean by that?
Just what I said.
Like,
I mean, you're not asking us to like kill anyone or something, are you?
I did not say that.
Well,
Besides, killing him would just
no,
replace him.
that's not what I was
But
suggesting at all.
if he were to die, it would only replace him with the next in command in Old Town. That being, of course, Elise Fitzgerald, a rather influential woman, but someone I know quite well. She's worked in the employ of Shadowcloak for some time, and she might just vote the same way he was intended to, although I did just recently have dinner with Miss Fitzgerald, and we are rather close, her and I. But no, that wouldn't necessarily benefit you in any way, doing that sort of course of action.
Are you wait? What course of that? Are you talking like
Would you like to roll an
ourselves
insight check?
What type of dinner are you talking about, friend? Sure, insight. Natural 1.
Nice.
He goes, I'm not suggesting any
Charging
course of
battery.
action. I am just merely stating an observation of what would be the course of action within the Emerald Order. As a member of the Emerald Order myself, I'm privy to that sort of information. But that's all I was saying. No, I was just wondering what it is exactly you all had in mind to change this situation we're in. And how far you'll go.
You keep saying that as if, like, you want us to take him out.
No, that would be horrible. He has done horrible things
Of course.
his entire life to other people, I suppose, without any care for their well-being or their loved ones, I suppose. I'd imagine he's left behind lots of loved ones, of people who have wronged him, or even if they haven't wronged him. But no, that's... Yes, I wouldn't suggest something like that. That would be gruesome. But, I mean, you could make the town, just want to move for reasons. Maybe defame him? No, that would be wrong too. He has done nothing wrong to do that. Make people, not trust the man. He's done nothing to deserve that.
We wish to make good graces, not destroy reputations.
All I'm saying
we could threaten to do so, potentially, if it's that.
You can't make an omelet. Do you know the expression?
Without cracking an egg or two, yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. What's an omelet?
It's a breakfast dish. It's eggs.
One of the servants just like leans in and goes, "Would you like a omelet?"
Oh, yeah, love one. Never had one before.
Yes, sire. And just stands up and stands upright and walks off. Comes back. A few minutes later, you get an omelet.
Pretty fast.
Oh, it's just a mountain mishmash. This is an omelet?
Yes, it is just mountain mishmash.
Nailed
That's
it.
what we called it at home.
You see,
I'm sure your mountain mishmash has a lot more.
I think I've made a mistake by this meeting tonight. We were under the assumption you were looking for a way in. If you already have secured sort of your votes within the council, the Emerald Order, I'm happy to see it out in the vote.
Not necessarily.
I think,
appreciate the advice you've given, for sure.
Yeah, we don't want to come off as ungrateful or anything for your assistance and advice. I think we do need to talk to Mr. Shadowcloak himself before we make a decision on the appropriate path and how far we decide to take that path.
It sounds we 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 people in favor as it stands, if I'm counting correctly.
Well, we have one yay, one. It's not too important, our numbers right now. Laomi here, Sir Laomi or Mr. Laomi, or you're currently a vote against us unless we can do something about this Shadowcloak business, if I'm not incorrect here.
No, I believe if we just did the regular vote, Laomi could vote however he chooses, correct? This has nothing to do with the estates in East Willow.
If you were to talk to Shadowcloak and suggest maybe get him on board with this agreement of shifting of peoples, I would be 100% inclined to vote in your favor.
But only in that instance, if I'm not it.
I am a man of numbers.
Of course.
And it is not currently in my best interest. But my interest wavers every second, and I rejudge by the moment. So, by the time this vote comes around, should you show me it's in my best interest to let them in, even in my estates, I'll be forced, my hand unwavering.
Of course. Not to say I wouldn't put it past any of these people not to be able to. I mean, I know your houses are expensive, your estates are expensive, but they are contributing members to society. They are hunters, they are gatherers, much in the same of the people of Valamir. They are skilled people, though they have different customs. They're not useless. They would be able to make money.
Make a persuasion check.
With advantage?
Not me.
Well, and I would chime in too and say, and keep in mind if the Order of Averex comes south and they all die, and then the Order of Averex come into the city because you decided to let half of your defense force stay outside the main gates and kills everybody here, no one will be making money either.
Yes, I'm aware of that threat. You can roll with advantage.
Let's see.
He goes, yes, I'm aware of the threat.
What?
16? 16? Not bad for hogs?
He goes, you understand that most people in these walls are sure that the goblins are sure to thin their numbers significantly. It's seen as a boon having them there. You may wish to remove them to gain some political strength. Just a suggestion.
And
I could assure you that if you all don't let us into your walls, we're not sticking around to be your bloodbath.
Wise choice. But there's still the food problem of a siege, and that is mainly what most of these council people are taking into effect. It's not just callousness, it's numbers. I have seen some plant growth out the north end of the city. But to accommodate our people and the people you have brought, it will be a challenge. I know what is at stake, and I am keeping it all in mind. But know that this sharp-tongued mindset of yours, this prophet orientation that you have taken, hogs, is the right mindset to use going forward. Approach Shadowcloak with the same business acumen in mind, and you're on the right course.
Of course. Thank you.
If they can build a house in quick order, then I may as well also hire them. But I'm taking it into account.
There are plenty of artisans as well.
Noted.
And don't let it be said that there's many of those bugbears and such are quite the lifters.
He also goes, oh, and do know, you guys finish up your dinner and go through more pleasantries. If there's anything else you wish to discuss, feel free to. But he does also mention, he goes, oh, and if you find yourself in need if you all find yourself in need of lodging, permanent lodging, as after this affair is done, I do believe Wasanti will wish their estate returned. If you are finding yourselves in need of a home, I will strike you a discount.
Of course. What kind of rates would you offer?
Oh. For you all? I don't know. Possibly 5,000 gold.
And that's a one-time payment, or?
For ownership, yes.
Sorry, what did you say, Guy? You're coming in pretty poorly.
For ownership?
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, actually. 1 second. I might have given you the build price. Let me double check.
So possibly more expensive than that.
Let me just double check.
Because he's gonna
I have to read.
profit.
I have to read an actual paragraph.
Imagine having structure in your Dungeons and Dragons world.
I was wrong. I was very wrong.
Because it's super cheaper than that.
I gotta look up what the definition of a grand house would be. Wait, there was a meaning? Because there's like a grand house and a mansion, and I don't know what I would price these as. No, see...
I mean, what we're staying in right now feels like a mansion.
Right? It does. It does, though.
It's got like 6 bedrooms or something. Cruises.
Granted, we wouldn't need something this big.
Oh.
True, but I'm also kind of asking for just general knowledge of how much.
You know,
is...
once you have help to maintain the house while we're not there, you need the extra rooms.
True.
He will tell you. He will tell you 8,000 gold.
And that's a one-time payment.
One time, the house will be yours.
Good to know. Thanks.
That is, of course, a steal. And I am looking forward to offering a same rate or similar rate to folks in Old Town. So if you find yourselves through the streets and want to haggle with some folk, offer them the rate of 8 to 10,000 gold pieces.
Is there something we could get perhaps in writing from yourself to prove to them in case they're wanting to know, since we are rather unknown figures here?
Robin, I would like you to have a couple of scribes write up documents. I'll have it so you all can fill out an agreed upon price. I will offer you all a he'll tell you he'll tell you, he goes, I will offer you a 3% commission on any of the residents you bring over.
Any of the residents we directly bring over.
Yes, if you fill out any of these contracts and have them sign on to one of my estates, just know Old Town residents are often snobs. They either own a store, work at a store, or own an old apartment or building in the area. They're all about status. But no, my buildings offer status, so use that silver tongue of yours and see what you can do.
Will do. That sounds like a fantastic deal. I'm happy to be working with you.
Yeah, that's like 240 to 300 gold pieces.
Depending on what you can offer, but you don't know.
Depending on what we get, yeah.
Cruz is going to become a salesman.
We are now real estate agents.
We are now real estate agents. Screw the Order of Averex. We're selling houses.
Man,
Yes, here.
we're going through arcs like
What's
weirdos,
that battle
guys.
going out the north end? I don't know, but I just signed a family on for a 3-year lease on.
Guys, we go through these arcs in a weird order. We have heist arc, hunt arc, real estate arc.
It's D&D in a nutshell.
And all of it is underneath the overarching vampire trying to kill us arc.
Don't worry, after the real estate arc, once we get a business sense, we start opening up our own dispensary / pharmacy.
Imagine a real estate vampire. A vampire realtor.
Let me show you this house. Damn it.
You're like,
Fuck!
you're like, here, let me show you this 2-room apartment. Once you're inside, could you invite me in, please? Thank you.
But they're not the owner. They're not the owner.
Yeah, they're not the owners. Who would I guess he would be.
Well, he would be the owner, so he could really.
I don't think anything about being a vampire says the owner has to invite them. They need to be invited in. I've watched many a Buffy episode where friends have invited vampires in.
It's a disputed.
We're gonna go back to the whole thing where it's based off of a folklore of a folklore of a folklore. So there's no really point of disputing this.
Also, simply just because like people are talking about, but whose name is on the deed, and it's like, hey, deeds didn't exist back then, guys. It was just these are my four walls.
That's why we did the session event of like what makes a house a home. When is it safe?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of you have ever
things are like you has to
read it. The Dresden Files books actually have some pretty good things detailing out like the longer you live there, the stronger the threshold is, and someone who lives in the house has to invite these demons and whatnot into the house in order for them to have power there. It can't just be some random Joe Schmo.
I love the Dresden Files. I've read I haven't read them all because he's still fucking coming out with them, and I fell off a couple of years ago. But I love the Dresden Files. Looking back, the Dresden is super cringy, but I love the Dresden Files. Like he wears a trench coat, and when I was young, I was just like cool. But now I'm just like
charging battery,
dude. But also like if you're a wizard in the modern era, like what is the equivalent of a wizard? What would be the equivalent of a wizard robe? Trench coat.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys finish up the dinner with Laumi. If there's anything else you wish to discuss with him, bring it up to his face.
I kind of quiz him a little bit of any information that he might have on the stolen artifact, but I assume he doesn't have anything or doesn't admit.
Yeah, I assumed he gave us everything he had.
He will probably get a little bit drunk and let slip. He goes, the conjuration magic I was to look out for was for the cube itself. It apparently gives off a great deal. Powerful thing. That's all I know.
Cool.
I know what Cruz is doing tonight.
Once he's drunker as well, could I insight check him again to see if Laumi himself has any like knowledge of the like going-ons of Robin?
Sure. Make an insight check. I don't know if you can get that information, but make an insight check.
I mean, like, if he seems
you bring
like the
up
wiser...
the going-ons about Laumi, it's hard to get, like, his view on that.
Like, does he seem aware of...
the underworld dealings of his
go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah,
you're not gonna really get anything relating to her unless you're bringing up her as the conversation.
No. I'm just saying, like, it is... Like, do I think that he is aware that...
You get one bit of information from that insight check, and that is that Laumi's not as drunk as he's letting on to be.
Okay. I guess what I'm...
As he let that information slip.
Is, do I think that Laumi knew that the cube was planted at our manor, or at our place, when he checked it?
How do you bring that up?
I guess, yeah, fair. Alright.
Some things I can see, like, in natural conversation you can get from the insight, but all I can tell you is that he's letting on, unless you want to lead the conversation a particular way in that manner.
No, I don't want to raise too much suspicion.
Mention of the cube doesn't bring much sort of reaction to him. He is eager to talk about it, but he seems to be like deliberately eager to talk about it. I'll say that. And he's like pretending to be drunk. To let that information slip.
Does he ever specifically mention that it is a cube?
No.
Oh, I thought he just said that he was looking for the magic off the cube.
Unless he...
Well, no, he specified. He didn't specify cube. He just said that it had a conjuration magic to it. That the artifact was how he worded it.
I don't know if I
in our
said
initial-
cube, but either way,
heard
I mean,
cube.
it's not...
You just said cube, like just now.
No, I
but
know.
You
I'm
didn't...
saying I'm going back 5-10 minutes in my brain, and I heard cube. That's all.
It's on stream.
didn't.
All I can say. I don't know, but no.
I didn't ever hear cube.
What I will say is either way, it's not. It is a thing he's privy to. I was just saying I don't think I said cube, but if I did say cube, I will say it. He does know it's a cube.
Okay.
He knows what he's looking for.
Yeah, he knows what he's looking for.
All right. That's all I would try and get out of him, really.
I'd imagine over the course of a few hours, with it being brought up, cube is mentioned.
Hugs and Cruz, of course, step away every hour to go to the loo.
I don't need to.
I guess, yeah, you don't need
He just kind of innately does it, you know?
Yeah.
He
Well, it's
touches
still-
himself under the table.
It still only lasts for an hour. You still have to cast
Yeah.
the spell again. Like, I could also
I mean,
just cast
for
the
him,
spell
it's
again.
just an action. It's not an actual casting of the spell, though.
I guess
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to cast Disguise Shelf. He just has to, like, throw his hand in his face and be like, I'm done.
Right.
Every hour, he
every
combs
hour-
his hand right through his hair, just, like, to pose.
Right. Every hour, I let off a cough, during which time
really
I say the
cold.
verbal, the verbal
Yeah,
part of the spell.
necessary stuff, yeah.
Can we just say, like, the one thing that's the giveaway on Cruz is that his breath is always cold?
You just constantly have frost breath.
I chew mint all the time, specifically cool mint gum.
You could just say, like, my great-great-grandfather was a white dragonborn.
It's just part of the
I have-
disguise self. Part of the disguise self is just that there's a mint in your mouth.
Right. I have really bad circulation.
Nobody talks about that shit, though.
It's a skin disease. I
so
can't,
you're
like, my
You iron
you're
deficient?
going cold because of that? It's terrifying. How
Like
slow
a
is your
torque
blood moving?
Or
It's 1/8 the pace of a normal human being.
Right. My heart only beats 4 times a minute.
Yeah, you guys eventually leave.
It also
Wow,
pulsates
mates.
water through my veins. Let's not get through that.
yeah.
Okay, you're back on the streets. There's a guy in an alley nearby, and he's pointing. There's no guy.
How many
I walk over to him. Hi, how you doing?
Hello, you called?
Whoa,
That guy. I want to shake your hand.
Would you like to come to my house? A lovely place. You can walk right in.
You invite him in just upon sight. Hello, you're invited to my home.
You're invited. You're invited.
Everybody, come on in. We're having a party.
Oh, we do
how-
be careful about that when we have a party.
Right.
Oh fuck! We're gonna be letting so many people in.
Yeah, that's why parties are risky.
Stop.
No.
You check their pulse.
We just gotta get some holy water.
Come
No,
on,
you gotta get
Right.
some holy water at the door.
And yeah, we'll
we
just
just need you
drop
to- we
the
just
holy
need
water.
We just need you to quick our Father, art thou in heaven, real quick.
You
This
just
is
put,
actually holy ground.
you just put like a pool in the front room. That's just like holy water that they have to walk through to get to the party.
Listen, I've got
It's a
some
coin
holy
to
water,
test.
not that much, okay?
Yeah, but you can make more.
I had a cleric in
At
one
a
of my
cost.
games say their spit counts as holy water, for the purposes of casting bless. And
Or go get that magic item, you know, that you can just, it's the spigot thing. You just pour holy water out of it infinitely.
You know what? I'll just go and grab that.
Well,
Sure thing.
You know what? We
I'll
have
be right
the
on.
party during the day. Problem solved.
I'm just saying, don't complain about things you can do. You want to complain about money? Go make money, hogs.
get on the streets.
You make armor. Come on.
Start a business. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
I'm going to meet with Robin.
Just make a business.
I will go with you.
Okay.
Gonna change myself to look like
Wait, you
Kate.
gotta go get Mood first. Or Johnson.
Actually, Johnson table boot.
Johnson
Yeah,
table
Johnson
boot.
Table boot.
No, you can't introduce him like that.
No, this time it is the time that we should.
Right, this time it is
Johnson
actually Johnson table boot.
You go in and you see Moog sitting there, and he goes, "Is it time?"
Yeah.
Right,
Time to
it's
break
time.
out. Puts on a hat.
Suit up.
Just goes. It's like a newsy cap. He just goes. Johnson. I'm in character. Let's go.
So Johnson has a hat now?
Johnson always had a hat. Keep with it. Come on.
Shit. Fuck. Alright.
This is why I'm the disguise guy.
Yeah, you sure are, and I snap my fingers and I'm the illusion of the
Right.
from before.
I do the
with
same
tongue.
thing.
Yeah. You definitely did the disguise guy.
I let out a little cough and my appearance changes to Caden.
One quick dispel magic and then it's gone in an instant.
Or
Except-
even if they have warded premises that can dispel illusions.
It didn't dispel it the first time, alright?
I think
Yeah,
they'll
we
be
got
sick.
Now they
into their
have
house.
reason to be on high alert.
You head to Robin's
I
house
am...
immediately after the dinner.
You want me to?
No,
You want
no,
me to be
whatever-
On the rooftops as a cat again?
Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, it would not.
I will go return to being cat grovekeeper. Identical cat to that night.
Cat keeper. Same exact cat.
Before we go over there, I want to go and see if I can find Caden. If I can see him anywhere.
Good call. Good
Make
call.
an investigation.
You need me to find him? I could try and find
Hey,
him.
If
anybody
you
gonna
would
help
like to
him?
find him, if you have locate person,
I have
I was
locate
just-
object.
I was
Oh.
just gonna say I'll even use my familiar.
So-
Well, actually, that's a point.
Would I-
My familiar was flying a letter. I don't know if I have them.
Caden threatened me with a knife before, I assume, right? I mean, I know he threatened me, but I'm assuming he
Yeah.
had like a knife, right? Could I locate object on his knife, or is that too vague?
Seen his knife?
I've seen
You
it. Yeah, he
familiar
threatened
with
us
this
with
knife?
it. He threatened us with it, I assume. Or he threatened us with something.
No. The way the spell works is it would take you to the nearest knife.
Yeah, the nearest thing fitting that description.
True. What's something more specific about Caden?
I mean, I could just, if you guys want, I can.
Caden's
ask around with
underwear.
their animals.
Have you seen Caden's underwear? Darn
Not
it.
quite. Not quite.
When you
Did
meet
he
someone,
have a
you always
hat?
gotta see their underwear.
I can ask some animals
He did not have
if
an
they've
hat.
seen them.
He's a proud bald man.
one of them.
One of them.
I can have Queenie. I'll send Queenie out looking.
Okay, yeah.
She's
Go,
got a better
pseudo-dragon.
investigation than I do.
I bet she does. I bet
Just
it's
a
0.
Straight roll.
Guys, Queenie is the brains of the operation.
Not true, but sure.
Hold on, let me double check.
8.
Yeah, Queenie's the brains.
Can I also be investigating the streets?
You and Queenie?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. Go ahead.
Alright.
All of you can do this if you. Are you just going in the pair?
I'll just
Late
give
at
you
night?
advantage. I'll just help you.
Oh, you're helping me?
I
Who
will
is-
help you as a cat with my ability with set smell, as I know Caden and what he smells like.
I would like to ask this question as casually as possible. How many of you are walking the streets late at night?
Well, I'm a cat, so not like super obvious.
I wouldn't be
We're in a
far.
cat. We're in a cat.
Yeah,
And are you
we would be
separated?
close together. And I have Queenie. I would head, as I have Queenie looking about, I'd be heading towards the tavern that I know he frequents. The
Pub spy.
pubs, yeah.
And Guy, what are you doing?
He's probably staying the fuck home. Like he should.
Staying home where it's safe and not out.
I mean,
with
I
the
just don't want.
vampire.
I don't want you guys by yourselves.
We're trying to get paid, man.
Right?
I know. There's no stopping you from going
Guy?
out, which is why I'm like, it's better for me to be with you.
Mr. Man Friendly.
You are muted, guy friendly.
You're muted in Discord.
If you were talking, did he
Mr.
maybe fall asleep since it is 1 o'clock there?
Boy Friendly.
Oh, damn.
Aw, get wrecked, son. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock there.
Guy is
Should we call it
staying
a 10
at
tonight?
home.
What do you all
it
think?
might be a good idea. I don't.
Well,
have
I
much
mean,
longer in
Surely
the-
nothing goes wrong while we do this interaction, so we could just finish.
True. I'm actually fine with that. Start the next day. I'm down with that. Yeah.
We can try.
We can try.
That's the correct answer.
How are you guys moving through the streets?
I am just walking casual.
Okay,
Yeah,
open street.
nonchalantly.
Just straight down the path.
Each
I
of
got
you.
my
I am-
thumbs in my
I am
belt.
not looking like Caden currently. I'm
As a
looking
cat,
like
I would be
human
keeping-
Cruz.
I want to be keeping
okay.
to like rooftops. I want height. I'm a cat. I need to be up high.
Yeah.
I'm a
So
cat.
I'm gonna also, if I start noticing some specifically one cloaked figure continue to follow us. You know
As a
what?
kitty cat.
Kind of. I think it counts as stealthing. Go ahead and just give me a stealth check.
I will stealth.
I think
'cause
just
cats-
how a cat
guess
moves
what?
to
Cats are
naturally.
good at stealth, guys. Way
I would
better than
assume so.
Grovekeeper.
I
at
think
stealth.
cats. I think just moving as a cat technically counts as stealth.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay.
They have a +5.
Also, go ahead and give me a perception, please. Because you're playing the role of lookout.
And perception, and I don't have sight, just smell, so we're going regular roll. Oh, guys, I am the most perceptive. What's their plus? Oh, I get to keep my +7.
You get to keep your plus.
Yes, so I get a 10.
Because you withdrew. Oh,
Okay.
you were being sarcastic.
Yeah, it was a joke. I rolled a 3. Wasn't great.
Okay, so you guys go off to Robin's home late at night.
No, I'm heading to pubs
Oh,
first
right. Pubs first.
We're looking for kids.
because I'm gonna go in and ask the barkeep as I slide him a gold and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a friend of mine, Caden. You seen him around here lately?"
Make a persuasion check.
Is it within the hour? Does he have advantage?
No,
Probably
but that's
I
past
think
dinner.
the hours, yeah.
Well, that's probably.
10.
10. He goes, he's usually through here most every night. You probably catch him eventually.
I slide him another gold and say, "Has he been in here tonight?"
Take an advantage. Worse? 10 still? He goes,
Natural 1.
He goes, can't say he has. I'll probably be showing up later. Probably. Starts looking about.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
18.
Yeah, he's lying. He's probably already been in here.
I guess what my friend is trying to say is about how long ago, as I slide one gold piece across the bar.
He just looks down at all 3 gold pieces.
Just a cat paw pushing a third. Not really. Not really.
What's that cat doing?
I sigh and I take out 10 gold and slam it on the counter.
He goes, He slides it, leans down on it, he takes it all. He just leans down on the bar and goes, "Okay, so Caden comes in here every night about 8, 9 o'clock. He hangs out for about an hour or two, and then he takes to the streets. He likes to harass people, usually newcomers in town. He stands about the alley. You can usually find him in the alleyways, kind of just around there in lakeside rounds. Look new, and maybe he'll find you, I suppose. He's got a bad knee. Aim for his knee. He'll like really topple in pretty quickly, and then when he's like low, you can just get him right in the jaw. He was in a bar fight a while back. It cracked his jaw pretty bad. It's always been a sensitive spot. So once he's at like a good operational hit, like a hook to the jaw should really do you good. Yeah,
right or left
cool.
knee?
And he just like takes all the fucking gold and is like, anything else?
He hadn't been in here tonight, though?
No,
yet?
he was in here tonight. He's probably out harassing people right now. You could probably just go find him in the Lakeshore rounds.
Right.
You need me to walk you there?
No. You're
okay.
Appreciate you.
I think we're fine.
We'll go find him.
For 13 gold?
He like grabs a bat from below the bar.
This man's like, you just paid me my week's salary. Like, we can go do this.
I'm a thug now. I'm not a bartender.
Bartender's really a level 20 fighter. Retired.
Hey, you never know.
Right.
I mean, who's gonna start a bar? A fighter.
Hey, Kane, we got another one. He's like,
yeah, I want to go follow his instructions and see if I can get eyes on him, because I want to make sure that...
Yeah, make another investigation. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can follow his instructions pretty easily to where you can find Cade as well as like 4 other Caden and I suppose like 3 other thugs just currently like sitting in an alleyway looking off in one direction. A familiar scene to you, Hogs. As this is how you met this man. You and Grovekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I can't walk the street as a furbolg.
I love that this is coming full circle for Cade.
Okay.
What would only be better is if Guy was here right now and they could be like, "Hey, are you that guy who lost those guns?"
Just wait until if we make just wait until we're like high level and we come back to this town and we're gonna be like, "Hey, Caden, how you doing?"
he's like destitute in a sewer, life already ruined. So yeah, you find Caden in the alley.
Okay.
What exactly is your plan here?
I just wanted
to find him.
I just wanted to make sure he was like here, so that like if he was there and we showed up looking like him, it wouldn't be like, well, this is Kate. Who the fuck are you? You know?
Gotcha.
So all right, now let's go see if we can collect.
Sure.
We'll head over to what's her face's
Halfling.
place. Boom. Okay.
All of you make a stealth check.
Okay.
I mean, except you already made one. Catboy.
22.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Cool. You're good.
And Moog, the rogue.
Yeah.
Damn, you got 22. That's pretty good for you, right?
It's
Oh
kind of
shit!
funny.
No, sorry, I was looking at survival. It's 16.
16. Okay.
It's just kind of funny that shrinking down to a cat
Damn, that's
gives
a
me
difference.
10 more feet of movement. Like,
Right?
Yeah. Thanks for saying that, Hawk. I was like, right, I don't have that great a stealth.
I was like, I thought I was the stealthiest one in the group that isn't an NPC. Interesting.
unless I'm a cat, then I got a
Unless
plus
you're
5.
a cat, I also have a +5.
You're like a cat.
I'm like a cat.
So you leave and you go to Robin's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that if that's the arranged location for payment?
Yeah, the location and time that was agreed upon. Or unless it was just come back tomorrow night.
You guys didn't want to like thieves cant to each other?
I don't remember. It was
It was 2 months ago.
If
Yeah.
I
I thought it was an alleyway 2 months ago.
if
No,
I
we met
remember
them in their
correctly,
apartment, I believe.
Yeah, we met at Robin's house.
if I remember
Met at a-
correctly, she told you she would reach out. And you were left an IOU until then.
Yes,
Right.
I do have that.
You have a ring of spell storing.
Yes.
You're right.
So night adventure for nothing but
Night adventure for nothing. But
with the
while you're out on a
risk of
night
it.
adventure, someone in an alleyway takes a piss.
takes a piss.
He goes, "Hey, eyes for yourself."
Say, wow, impressive. And I keep
I
walking.
sleep on that person.
He's like, "Mazel tov to Mrs. Strange Man in the alley."
I was too distracted by the largest penis I have ever seen.
What I will say is, you were left a nondescript IOU, and then you were attacked for the job you were taken on. So if you do have any sort of snooping you wish to do, or do intend to speak to her on the matter, maybe press her in your forms, that's up to you.
Yeah, we
Her biggest thing. Her biggest thing was like, you guys
framed.
came immediately back with the thing that she had just assigned you with, and she had said, "I can't take 5,000 gold out overnight." Like, I was gonna do this
like,
over
in question that
It
the
was
item
like
went
same
missing.
night, right?
Yes. Yes.
Same night she hired us, we came back with
And so she said, "I'll get in contact with you. Here is an IOU." What you guys didn't really figure out, though, she's gonna get in contact with Caden, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So
no, I'm gonna go and knock on her door
Okay.
anyways.
Answering the door.
I have a memory
before we get
problem.
there?
I have a
Before we
memory
get there?
problem, remember?
Yes. Before we get there, I cast enhance ability on you, though.
Okay.
For charisma.
For Eagle Splendor.
Yeah.
Charisma.
Mm-hmm.
So as you approach, she's got like the blouse. As she answers the door, she's got the blouse on from earlier night. No jacket, still the pants on. As she arrives, as she opens the door, and she goes, "Caden, what do I owe this pleasure
Hi.
to?"
We came to get paid.
Right. I have been able to get out half of it thus far. Would you accept half of it now and half of it, she looks, tomorrow?
Yeah, but I'm keeping the ring until I get the full payment.
Make a persuasion check.
$24.
She goes, "That ring is incredibly valuable. I would be a fool to leave you with that and the gold. If you do not show up tomorrow evening with the ring in hand for the rest of the payment, I will have a couple of your friends show up to where you live and break every bone from the waist down. Do you understand?"
Got it. Yep. Bring back the ring tomorrow night, same time, same place.
Good. We have an understanding.
Of course we do.
And she motions for you to follow her inside. She comes inside. She.
Come inside. I'm kind of limping to the left a little bit.
Okay.
My knee.
Okay. You wait in the other room as she gathers up some coin, and she brings out a purse, slams it into your hand. You should find it there. The ring. Do you have it on you?
Oh, of course I do.
Show me it's safe.
I pull out from my pocket a little pouch, and I open up the ring to show it to her.
Do me a favor. Keep it
Ghost.
safe.
Keep it secret.
Yes. If you lose it... Ooh. I don't think I'll stop
get
it.
every bone in the lower half of my body broken.
That's only where I'll start. Now, out. I'm going to bed. It's late.
Alright. Good night.
Good night.
Anyone ever told you you have pretty hair?
Yes, frequently.
Oh, right.
She closes the door behind you just with a slam. And you are given 2,500 gold pieces.
As we walk back to the house, once we get inside, I'm gonna say, I think this bitch was trying to frame us the whole fucking time. Like us, not
shit.
like what the
Yeah.
like she
Of course
literally
she
hired
was.
us to frame ourselves.
Yeah. You didn't connect that the morning of?
Well, I thought she figured it out that like we weren't actually Caden. And was like, nah, these bitches, like, they fooled me. I'm gonna get them in trouble.
No.
And you didn't tell me?
That was
I thought
all
you
of
got
our-
it already.
That was all of our assumptions.
I thought that was kind of obvious. Wait, you didn't realize
Yeah,
that?
I knew that she was framing us. I didn't think she knew you were Caden and thus was punishing us. I believe she wanted us kicked out of the city.
Yeah, I think she thinks we're all bad news. She wants everything to stay as is.
Right, yeah. I wasn't
Whether
actually,
or not
like,
Lao
really
me
expecting.
specifically is in on it, I'm unsure.
Yeah, I don't
know
think
if Lau
I don't
means
think
it.
Laumy's in on it.
He seemed to be putting up a good front tonight if he was.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard to figure out how to steer the conversation towards it without ruining our escapade, though, so
Right, yeah.
couldn't really tell. But maybe if we talk to Shadowcloak and have some sort of arrangement with finding the artifact, then
Then we can get paid twice for the same
Then-
fucking job.
yes, one, we could get paid twice for once stealing an item and returning it, but also we can also
What's your reward? 5,000 at least, right?
It's gotta be worth approximately 5,000. If I'm spitballing it. What would you value this at? Should it be stolen?
And he just looks over, he's like, wow, the Furbolg Druid for some reason was able to price it correctly.
We're gonna go ahead and end the session on that note as they arrive back at their manor for the evening. They all turn in and prepare for the hunt tomorrow.
I do want to go into my necklace overnight
Yeah.
and attune to the cube to see what it does.
Oh,
what?
interesting. That's where we'll pick it up next week. So,
I was almost gonna be like, man, I wonder how valuable this cube is. Like, watch you go back into your necklace and Affy just be like, yeah, so it's not here anymore. I really liked it.
You mean my cube?
Right, yeah.
Full on.
Honestly,
Hey.
wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, guess what this little non-negotiable in this contract reads here?
The thing is, he wouldn't even need to use that yet because there is no negotiation. There's nothing saying he can't take things out of the lamp.
it's just his home that you use occasionally.
like, for all he knows, it was a gift.
You did kind of pop in and then
bloop,
Just
pop
leave.
out.
Just, hey, I'm
No,
gonna leave
it's-
this here. Affy's just like,
Effie just he comes back from a meeting. He comes back from a meeting with his lawyers, immediately calls them up and goes, "So I found something in my lamp. What are the rules here?"
Can I get away with this, or
he just gives you 5,000 gold pieces for it. He just goes,
Just come back.
we can get paid 3 times?
1,000 gold. No, you can't get it 3
No, 'cause you
times
can't
because then
return
you're
the
not getting
shadow.
it back.
Nah, we'll work something out.
you make a fake one.
Yeah,
Oh my
we'll work
god.
something out.